Alright, hello everybody, and previously on Tales of Aether, our still unnamed group of adventurers have attempted to obtain some less than illegal guns by finding an internet warrior and finding an address of an undercover shop from him. Arriving there, however, we found out that the internet warrior was literally just an internet warrior, and your attempts at being very vague about your intents in the shop have led to a very confused shopkeeper. And your obvious attempts at robbing the store has led to arrival of the police force. After which you chose the obvious plan of disguising your male captain as a female rebel fighter that was just recently arrested, him going into the shop and scamming the poor shopkeeper out of very crucial, very few Orella rebellion supplies, obviously dooming the rebellion in the process. And then getting the hell out of there, honestly, without getting anything you really wanted to get.
He should be thankful we didn't also snitch on him. That was the most likely outcome, honestly. Steal the supplies and
really
snitch
good
on
guy.
him.
So you're like assholes, but not major assholes.
I
think
cool,
the communication devices were pretty useful, or at least.
Yeah, that's
they will be very useful if you intend to.
If you keep snitching on people.
Pursue as a quest line, but yeah. So after that, you during the trip found out that Isa has decided that her latest conflict with the good doctor was a little bit too much for the party cohesion, and with her feelings about the general direction the party was taking, she chose to go out, take her share, and leave. Feeling strapped for crew, Miles went to various places where he picked up an engineer and a comms officer, kind of like mentioning, well, not like mentioning, but accidentally letting both of them know that, yep, he's totally supposed to become a vampire soon, which they were somehow cool with. And then you went on to your mission of ending piracy in this system by traveling to nearby island and its gas cloud where the pirates were supposed to be. There you spent a couple days scanning the area to locate the enemy or suspicious ships. You did so, managing to target lock at least one of them. But as you were going in for the snatch, you yourself were hunted by its ally, who flanked you and attempted to intimidate you into submission, and then very quickly find out that 7 or 9 command points per round is a bit too much for this little fighter to handle, which promptly led to his surrender. So that's where we ended, with him surrendering and your ship like slowly catching up with his fighter. With, I don't know what your plan is to board him or get him on board of your ship, but in any case, as his ship just like hovers there in one place, sails kind of like unfurled to maintain the hover, your ship, under accurate guidance of Lance, has no issues coming almost as close to the fighter as you wish.
I will definitely steer it very close. And I will just ask the question I was sort of hinting at before. Would I know if we, like, in the procedure of trying to get this ship into ours, like try to draw in all of the sails that catch energy and so on, would it be possible to get this into our cargo space, or is it too large for that?
Make me just a general intelligence check.
Can I make a no check?
Yeah, sure. You have no?
Yeah, 0, but you know.
Actually, I check the accurate
I know
dimensions of the
there
ship.
is supposed to be something for it, like a
Yeah,
fitting
one
to
second.
use it, but other than that, it's only a 5.
So the ship is about 14 meters long and 8 to 18 and 10 meters wide. That's with its sails folded. If its sails are unfolded, it's about 24 meters wide.
That's a fighter.
That's a fighter, yeah.
Oh shit.
Your ship is
so
40
long.
meters long. This fighter is only 15 meters long. And for reference, for a modern, like real-life jet fighter, 15 meters is actually the lower scale of their sizes. And this is technically a jumpable ship. The biggest issue is, while technically with its sails folded, your hangar does have sufficient space to place this ship within yours, you lack the sizable enough hangar doors to get it through. Like, if you could disassemble this fighter into 3 pieces, yeah, because it's basically the main hull with 2 nacelles at the front that contain, you assume, the engines and the spike engines and so on. So each of them is fairly narrow and could be fitted, but together, not really. And you lack the fitting that allows you to hitch that ship to yours, and it's
That
not a
would be
grav
nice.
flyer. Like, you could attach a grav flyer to your top deck and just use that, because grav flyers are a lot smaller. Well, depending on the flyer. But yeah, not this one. Plus, its gun is still like quite smoking right now, and actually, like, as you come to bear with the fighter, you can like see this weapon completely like spark out, and just like it stopped being on fire. So it's just like releasing some dark smoke that is currently being like blown over the side of the ship, and there are like some holes in the sails from the rock thrower attacks, and leave a fairly sizable like, you know, like somebody like carved or like melted just like a giant slash over the hull of the ship where your luminarch has hit it previously. So it is not destroyed, but it is fairly damaged in a way. Anyway, you've got it.
I don't think we're fitting that one on here. So I suppose let's get him. Let's
Get
get
out of
the
him.
pilot out of there on board, and then I'm not sure. Is Robbie around?
Well, she would technically be in engineering, because she isn't sure that the combat has ended yet, and she is kind of on standby. But if you warn them, well, her and
Can I like call for them as I fly it on closer, and then as soon as she gets up here, I'm gonna ask her, what do you think? How long would it take to either take part of that apart or make it fly again? Technically, it should still be able to fly. We could take this one out of here. Someone else pilot this one, or someone else pilots that hunk of junk now. And we could head somewhere else too.
So she kind of like right now tries to look through a breach, which doesn't offer too much of a view, especially in that direction, and goes, hard to say. I mean, it's flying. I have to get on board.
Okay, let's get him off of there first.
Right.
And yeah,
Is there a
then
towing system in? Like, can we tow
If
him?
you had the tractor beam fitting, then yes.
Ah, okay.
If you had like some sort of harpoon-like weapons, like those shuttles that attacked you, then dead ones, yes. But you have rope, I think. Maybe. I'm not sure you have rope.
Maybe, yeah. But let's first bring him on board. Start questioning
To be
him.
fair, since like the airspace itself still works like as no gravity, at least for small objects like humans, then like for starters, your ships are close enough. Then like as you can see, kind of like the airlock on his ship, you can easily like place yourself in such a way that either he needs like to make a couple meters jump from his airlock to yours, or you can even have him jump down onto the top of your deck, because like the top of your ship above your hangar is a fairly sizable like top deck, which could be used for various purposes, and you could like do the whole interrogation, like come down at gunpoint over there, also making sure that he can't accidentally see things you don't want to see or shoot things you don't want him to shoot. Well, aside from you, but you're not things, so you're people you don't want to be shot.
I'm thinking about bringing him on board. What's your thoughts?
what's he gonna do? 1 versus 5.
And we have an excellent sofa for him to sit on.
Indeed. I'm not too worried as long as we keep him in check after that. I don't think he's gonna be much of an issue.
I mean, we could have just skipped the whole fighting part and listened to Lance. Like he wanted to come aboard. Let the next one come aboard. Much easier.
Yeah, I thought
I
so
mean,
too. Would
what-
have liked him seeing. Would have liked the single person boarding us, but
Funny.
I mean, you know,
True.
who knows?
Same
Maybe
result.
he's a very skilled fighter. Maybe we should take that message as a indication that we might be have to be a little worried. But I'm gonna turn on telekinetic armory as I say that. But I doubt.
Do we lock the bridge?
Can we lock certain parts of this ship? and,
yes.
Like lock him in a room or so on from outside.
I mean, your ship does
Uh,
have like bulkheads which separate it into parts, so
You can teleport in, if,
Like-
back in.
yeah,
if something
your
happens.
ship doesn't really have something that would count as like a suitable jail cell. Like the best you can do is lock him in the captain's quarters, I guess, because that's like, if you don't count like the storage closet or the shower, that's the only room with prisoner accommodations and an actually lockable door.
Sounds good.
Because otherwise, like, you don't have enough rooms. Like, you don't want to lock him in the med bay, you don't want to lock him in the crew quarters.
Yeah.
Dalu, can you send him a message to I'll pilot right beneath him, his airlock, and that he'll have to jump down from there and leave his ship just where it is, please.
Yeah, I turn on the comm and I start sending him a message. And should he be listening, I'll say, do not move your ship. Stay completely still. Our ship will go right below your airlock. You will exit and come on our ship. Do not touch yours. We'll be watching you closely. Be unarmed. Do exactly as you say, and there'll be no trouble.
Yeah.
Exactly as we say.
I like the extra assertiveness in that message, Dalu. Very well.
Gotta say, I'm kind of getting out of my comfort zone doing that type of talking for you guys. So I hope you appreciate it.
Do make me a talk check
do.
just for fun, but you will definitely have like a plus
Yeah,
one
why
of
not?
helping,
Yeah, why
because
not?
you've totally helped yourself by wrecking his ship.
Yeah, gotcha. Am I using charisma? I assume so.
Yes. Nice.
Oh, no.
Oh my
How
god.
fitting.
What
With a
roll.
+1. What?
Fitting.
Oh, because you have -1 carry.
Oh, no.
So you just get back to the comms. Right.
I think I'll, if you don't mind me saying, I think I feel the most comfortable in this, so I'll him or restrain him. Obviously, you'll be there to help.
So
we've got rope. I assume we have rope in like the storage area. We have
if
rope
you
to tie
don't have rope,
boxes
then you
or-
don't have rope.
Do we
We
have...
have a ton. Do you know? I have a metric of how much rope we have. It's according to what
stuff.
you said. You said we have a lot of rope. So
Right.
yes, that's what we have.
We
What
have
about
storage
recorded
and we have
voice
to
recording?
deal with storage stuff. Don't we have like zip ties or something?
Sure. You're gonna zip tie his thumbs?
He's gonna come.
His hands. You know how
Ah.
tight that shit is?
Yeah, but like doing thumbs is even better. So who's going to like welcome the guy?
Dalu said he's going. I'm going.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, I think we're all like standing. I thought we were all kind of watching him.
I'm gonna stay at the bridge just in case he tries to use an opportunity or something to fly off, but just steer right on under there so he can make a very small jump downwards.
Okay, yeah. So you.
Where's the dock?
I'll take a look too.
So basically, like the three of you are going out, Lance and the NPCs are somewhere in the ship because obviously Watanabe is not going out there.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So you all get to the top deck and kind of have your weapons like sort of on the ready. Actually, like all of you have, well, yeah, all of you have ranged weapons by now because you Miles found like the shotgun at Crumbler. So if you want to,
I need to add it though. Yeah.
and you can like watch as almost like by the time you get out, you already see that the airlock was open and there's like a white stout figure standing in it, like in like basic flight jumpsuit, and like seeing you appear, like it kind of like shows its arms, kind of like no weapons, and like takes a step forward, except instead of falling, it just like remains kind of like mid-air, like holding on with one hand to basically like the roof of not the roof, like the top of the airlock, and then just like pushes off with the arm as he like starts drifting downwards diagonally from his ship, kind of like starting to rotate slightly towards your deck, but because it's close enough, like at some point, like his left legs like hits the deck and he rights himself, and as he comes closer enough to your ship, the gravity of your ship takes over, and he lands with a fairly heavy thud. Think this individual in person, it is most definitely a dwarf. So kind of like in the jumpsuit and the beard and the helmet, it's a bit hard to say what specific subclass of dwarf he is, but you're pretty sure it's a guy, because he has really like the beard is actually short for a dwarf. It's like like Obi-Wan level of beard in third episode, which is very short for a dwarf, but it is like well maintained and very yeah, and he just like stands there. Right.
I trained my weapon.
got me.
I have it on him. I have my pistol pointed at him.
If you'd be so kind to help us, help you. And Dalu, would you like to apprehend him?
I'm gonna walk over to him. Don't move, or I'm checking for your weapons. And I'm gonna just a quick like look over and make sure he's got nothing.
Yeah, make me an notice intelligence check.
Yeah.
Give one into code investigation.
So
While
I've
he's
got like
doing
my
that-
weapon. Yeah, go on.
Is the air breathable? Like
Yes.
okay.
Like the air, like outside. Well, let's put it that way. A little bit away from your ship, the air is not breathable. But around your ship, there's basically a magical bubble of air generated by your ship's reactor. That's why you can walk on the deck, but if you were to like be knocked off and fly away a couple dozen meters, that's where you're gonna be subjected to like no gravity, no air, or whatever air is currently outside. Well, actually not no air, but no breathable air. Yeah, Donald, he like for a moment you think it's like something, but then you're like, oh no, that's part of his jumpsuit. Just like the tubing going inside of it. As far as you can tell, unless he somehow found hid a gun in his beard.
Yeah, fair enough. common thing for dwarves to do, yes. No, I'll take the zip ties. We have zip ties. Just for a quick second, put the gun down as I'm doing it, and tie his hands first. And yeah, like grab him by the elbow or by the forearm while I'm pointing the gun at him. All right, so where are we putting him?
Let's bring him to the sofa.
All right, looks like you're getting a fancy treatment for now.
It's a sofa.
Okay.
Oh, it's just a sofa. No worries.
He still looks worried.
A dangerous torture.
But I mean, he has 3 people pointing guns at him, so it's not like he's got much of a choice. So he kind of follows.
I'm not pointing.
Sure, 2 people pointing gun and 1 person in a row not pointing a gun at him. That sounds.
Yeah,
that looks even creepier to him.
Yeah, like so sure of himself. Yeah, so I guess we'll bring him to the storage room.
Sure.
That's where the sofa is, right?
I don't know where the sofa is. Where did you put
it? Can be wherever you want it to be.
It's in the biggest space we have, which is the storage.
There's a difference between storage and cargo hold.
In cargo, oh, okay.
How about it's just in our in the crew quarters sort of part where we also have our board games and the fancy rug. And that kind of shit.
Yeah, there's like plastic bottles and stuff and kind of wrappers laying around. I'm like covering this. Don't pay attention to that. It's not clean. It's like bring him away from our mess.
Right.
Yeah, it's.
I'll tie him to wherever this sofa is, like another zip tie. Like tie him to the leg and arm of this.
Yeah, really sorry for the mess. It's a current iteration of the layout, and we can't decide. Maybe if you have some ideas, like where the sofa should go or what's missing here.
Yeah, would you like a drink or anything? Yeah, and some food.
There's just this growing look of confusion on his face.
How about you take a seat first, please? Let me introduce myself. I am Captain Miles.
He doesn't have a choice. He's already tied to the sofa, so.
He's tied to the sofa. Okay, I didn't know he was tied to the sofa.
So he's sitting like this basically because like he can't even like get up a little bit because his arms are kind of like in a very awkward position.
Right. And what's your name?
I'm Morgral.
Come again? Sorry.
Morgral.
Morgral. Do you mind if I call you just?
Sure.
Bobby.
Whatever holds your ship, I guess.
Right, so we can assume pretty surely that you're in this particular group that we're interested in. Are you not?
I have no fucking clue who you could be interested in.
The pirates?
I wouldn't call us pirates.
Oh, then what would you call yourselves?
Privateers?
Very well then. You do know you are wanted in Orello. Not you specifically, your group.
Right.
So how can you be a privateer then? Because those are pirates that the government allows.
Um,
That's confusing.
um,
Please don't confuse us.
um,
That's my job.
sure, virus, yes.
Right, so please do detail your activities around here, your patrol routes, your schedules, if you please.
And if I do,
You mean if you don't?
You know what? I'll be
No.
right back. And depending on your answer, I'll
I'll
bring
actually-
something good or bad.
I'll
Be right back.
actually
make
yes.
a.
I will.
What's it called?
I would just let the good doctor have a good look at you.
Okay, come back.
Let's show him the body.
Is it? Yeah. Is it a talk check?
Yeah, I guess. For charisma for doctor.
No.
What? Okay, wait. Can I make it? Or can I
He
help
started
him?
it. I mean, you can
he
try
started,
and help
okay.
him, but sure.
Yes.
Yeah, please help. Send help.
Do I?
How to talk.
Yes. Yes.
Alright,
Okay. That's an 8.
sure, that's good enough.
Or charisma.
Mhm.
Yeah.
+1, yeah.
That's a +1.
Nice.
No, that mod is well, it's 4. It's
It's
not
still
gonna
a
help.
4, it doesn't really
Ah.
matter.
He kind of like straightens himself up a little bit, which is very hard with his hands zip tied. No, I meant if I do. And I've got a lot of more friends here than you do, so
True, but if you do help us, we promise to let you go on your way. Sounds reasonable?
just by letting me go, you mean fling me out of the airlock?
No, we don't.
If I tell you
Dropping
this,
you off in the closest civilization.
make a talk check.
Hmm?
Make a talk check.
Isn't that Aurello?
Yes.
And tell me if
No,
you're
well-
lying or not.
I reroll. Do I reroll ones
Yes, I
with
think-
diplomat?
What does it say?
Blah 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 blah. Gain talk as a bonus skill. You speak all languages, common sector, and can learn new. Oh wait, was this the one?
Yeah,
Wait.
sure. Yeah, you
Yeah,
need to
repo-
roll
Yeah,
one of the
reroll ones on any skill.
So just roll a d6.
Nice.
Okay, so
5
that's-
plus 3, 8.
2, 8.
Um, how about I do tell you everything, including the things you didn't ask about, then you put me on a ship and I promise to never be here again.
I want to check if he's lying. What's that?
It's gonna be, I think, Notice Wisdom.
Notice wisdom. Okay. Yeah, there's no insight in this game.
Notice Wisdom is insight. Yeah, reading emotional state of other people. Yeah, it's more like which skill check you choose. He seems pretty cooperative. Like he seems to have understood his position very quickly, and is just trying to leverage whatever information he has in order to save his ass, basically. Like to you, like being trained by your family, he actually doesn't appear to be, you know, like a hardened pirate type of miscreant kind of guy. And actually, you're like looking at his face now, like, I mean, he's old, but not for a dwarf. He's fairly young. He's like 40, 50 maybe.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty young.
Can I
About
quickly
going,
Yeah,
about
go.
going back to your ship. Just give me a moment, and I don't know if we have comms or we have a.
You have
iPhone,
few
I forgot
phones,
the-
yes.
Yeah, the phones.
Compliance.
I'll get a quick call to Lance? Lance, about the enemy ship, did we have any plans with that? Did Robbie tell you anything?
About that, and I would like to jump back a couple of minutes in time for when Robbie came up and the others got him, and as soon as we could sort of guess that they were gone by now, I would ask her, do you want to take a look at the ship and if we can salvage anything in a quick period of time, or would you rather listen in on the conversation they're having? From what you said during our travels, it might interest you.
He's not the guy I'm looking for, so I don't care.
Yeah, but he might be able to talk about the person. But yeah, if you want to go take a look, that would also be splendid. I can. I mean, we have the suits for it. If you want to take a quick gander, see if it's salvageable. I mean, in any case, we're getting around 10k if we destroy it. If we can bring it somewhere else, that's an entirely different ballpark.
Well, it is flying, and I can check
Yeah,
how long it's
exactly.
gonna be flying. Do you have somebody who can fly it aside from you? 'Cause I'm an engineer, I'm not a pilot. I can get it
I'm
in a
not sure
straight
anyone is
line, but I'm not
Yeah,
landing
I'm
it
not
anywhere.
sure.
And that's
I'm not
she
sure.
kind of keeps looking out of the windows. That's an Etmer flyer. I mean, it goes on an island and lands, so
Yeah, I know.
you know.
I don't think anyone but me is capable of flying that thing.
All right,
Unless
I'm
we
gonna
get
go
them to
dress up
cooperate.
and. Hey, Watanabe, come with me. You're gonna hold some rope and check if it's actually worth talking about.
Yeah,
Then
sounds
I come
great.
back and you can figure out what you want to do.
Perfect. So we jump a couple of minutes forward.
By the
to,
way, for reference, did you by any chance give Han Watanabe like their own compad, or are they no communication?
and I
'Cause, like as a gift, I assume that Isa did not take her like proper toolkit with her because it was too heavy for her to just carry around.
Oh, that was
So-
company property.
Well, sure, sure. So like Robbie can use that, but any other
yeah,
equipment they
can
don't
I?
have.
Yeah, can I use flashbacks so that we have bought both of them a compat if they
Sure.
didn't have
I mean,
one
if you
already?
want to do that, you can do that, or if you want to give them those compads, the one you liberated.
No.
Oh no, that's
no.
Ndalu's.
All right,
No.
fine, yeah.
No. I'll buy them too.
Like basically, like they have zero equipment. They're like in normal working clothes, and Robbie basically like, had her meta tool, which really is insufficient for ship jobs. So you giving her a toolkit is good. But like, if you want to buy them any armor or weapons, doesn't mean they're gonna be good at using them. But like, armors are useful in case you guys get boarded, just as
Maybe
a warning.
time,
All right. So yeah, in any case, she like
flashback.
goes off to like
Yeah.
get a vac suit on, because I think you mentioned you have vac suits, right?
Yeah, we have 4 vac suits.
Sure.
It's enough.
Let's hope your ship doesn't get depressurized.
We're just gonna have to sacrifice someone.
Yeah.
Wait, no, we have 5. We have 5. We bought one for each crew member.
Bye bye,
sorry, not,
Watanabe.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Bye bye, Watanabe.
Yeah, like you mentioned to Robbie where the like locker with the suitcases, and like you just like hear her from the room, opens the locker, like a couple months goes, huh, and just hears the rustling of suits being put on.
Oh, she's a halfling.
No. Like
Yeah,
that's not a
probably.
problem. The vac suits, they're like regulated with like this kind of stuff. They're
Oh,
like
okay.
they're like magical clothes. You put them on, and then you like press the button. They get like like you can't put like a halfling suit on a Goliath, but human suit works for at least a smaller person. Or we can just pretend it's a halfling-sized suit. Doesn't matter. It costs the same. But yeah, like,
So-
and then
So as he's calling me, or
Yeah.
I am just gonna say, well, worst case we're gonna shoot it out of the air for the 10k we were promised for it. Best case, we can salvage parts of it, or we can actually fly it to Aurello itself. But I think that would require someone actually being capable of flying it.
Could you perhaps? But wait, there's a. Let me look at the map for a
Also,
second.
Robbie is checking it out right now, taking a look around, so I'm sure she'll ring when she's done and has an idea of how usable it still is.
Okay. Yeah, we can't fly it back to Aurello.
I actually have an idea for that. So one possibility, if it still flies, is that you use our dear friend you found. He's capable of piloting. And you just have someone sitting next to him in our big ship, and I take the small one. It's risky in case of emergency, but if we are out of this zone, then that would maybe work.
Do you want him to pilot our ship or his ship?
Our ship, while one or two of you are next to him, to just, keep him in check, keep it on the safe side. Might be an idea.
I'm gonna be generous and assume that this conversation is happening while Miles is in a different room from the prisoner.
Yeah, I went. Yeah, I mean,
So he's alone?
the
Here's
area where you
Dalu.
can put the sofa is so big. No, I went to a different room.
Dalu can be on the other side of the room making a mojito cocktail with his gun like a meter behind him and still kill this dwarf without even turning around. Unless he rolls a 1 on his damage die.
Dalu's at the bar, okay.
Would we still get what was in the contract? Remind me. Would we still get the 10K if we salvage this ship?
It really doesn't matter. If we salvage this thing, it's so much more money than 10,000 that... And I honestly think they'd be happy to sort of buy it off us or pay us the 10K in addition to whatever they... that kind of deal. Because this is worth a lot of money, a ship like this.
Right. Did they have any points about killing or prisoner? or
No,
such?
the only one they care about is the leader of this group. Other than that, it's just taking the ships out.
Right. Okay. Good. So
But
okay,
just for a
suppose we-
quick reference, a fighter like this, base cost without weapons, around 200k. So if
That's
the
purchase
10k
price.
on, yeah,
Make me a
that's what
trade check, just like for
okay.
a better.
estimate.
There we go.
I mean, that's what I said about the weapon too, that it's 100k fresh. So trade. Yes, I am great at this.
Oh,
Does anyone
did-
have this?
I made it with charisma. It really doesn't matter. No, we don't have anyone with trade. It's a 5.
I'm just gonna give you one tidbit of information. Selling usually a lot cheaper than buying,
Yeah, of course.
and it's a lot harder to sell military ships than to sell military weapons.
I mean, to the government is probably a different one, but yeah. I think the government will be happy to get this kind of shit.
Yeah.
And then they'd sort of take control, they'd pay us a reasonable amount of money, definitely not the 200k, but there's definitely more than 10 if we bring it back alive.
We'd get a nice bonus.
Probably.
Right. So I'll be waiting for Robbie's answer.
Yeah, do that.
Good. Okay. Call you back.
Sure.
And I go back into the room where the dwarf is. Can you spell his name, please? Because
I
every
did.
time you said it, you
Chat.
were cut out. Ah, you did.
Yeah, it's in the chat, yeah.
Wait, where? General? It's
Just
not-
scroll. Yeah, no,
No,
roll 20.
roll 20, try, yeah.
Oh, roll 20. Chat.
Scroll up a
Okay.
bit.
More crawl. Okay. Right. So, I've had a quick chat with our pilot and engineer, and the thing is, you see, the government paid us, or is going to pay us, if we shoot it down. We can not let you just go back on your ship and leave. We can use your help in not destroying it, and as I was mentioning before, putting you safely in the closest civilization that is available. Government didn't have anything about taking prisoners or killing anyone other than your leader.
So, what you're saying is either you kill me here, or you give me to Aurelis who's gonna kill me. Yeah, very good deal.
We could drop you somewhere else.
Where?
Well, we'll
Back
have
home
to
with my
talk
buddies? Right.
We'll have to talk about that. We have a very capable pilot, and we have enough rations to hold us for a while.
Well, you wanna talk about that, let's talk about it now. 'Cause I ain't talking until we have a deal.
Gotcha, I need a map. Wait. We are currently in Cheetah Vilan, right? That's where Orello is? Okay.
Can I just come back in?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, but I'm not coming back in. A tiger is coming back in with a bunny in his mouth.
What the fuck? Man.
What the fuck? What is that? Look at that!
He just casually strolls
bit.
to the cargo bay, drops the bunny. Bunny hops around, and he just plays with the bunny and catches the bunny and
Welcome
Okay.
playtime.
back, Doctor, I assume. Well, in any case, in all matters, let me open a map just a second.
You're freaking
While this tiger
crazy!
plays around with
What is wrong with this ship?
Poor
Why do you have this thing on it? How did you shoot your gun so much? You're supposed to be able to do that!
To add to like the chaos, can I like nonchalantly, not even like the tigers, every day, can I walk over with like the cocktail stuff Dali was doing at the bar and just like pour a small thing out for everybody and an extra for him just to tease him? Just sit down like this is nothing.
Haha, what funny.
Please calm yourself. It's quite hard to concentrate. Right. So on the map I'm looking at, would any of the neighboring system be preferable? Thorn, perhaps, or Aglaria? Excuse my pronunciation. It's I'm gonna butcher these names.
You're gonna jump me to another system?
It's negotiable. I'd consider it. Yes, since Orello is a clear risk for your life.
Yeah. Soren sounds good. Work there. Get started your life.
Do I know
Honestly.
anything about that system?
Make me a no check or pilot check.
No check or a pilot check with what?
Intelligence.
Okay, intelligence is good, but they're both the same. That's my no check.
11. Oh wow.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you've actually read about it on during your like tactical assets training. Soren is actually fairly famous, not for the system. The system literally has nothing, but it has an old ruined space yard, which is currently occupied by a clan of dwarves that aren't letting anybody on it, treating it as a holy site. And actually, Aurel is trying to seize control of it, let's put it.
Okay, so they're odds with Orello.
Yes.
Okay, and the other part is, can I try and make a notice check to see if he really means start a good, honest life there?
Sure, do another wisdom talk check.
No, notice, sorry. Yeah, notice. 7? Would that be to see if he's sincere about it?
Well, let's put it that way. Putting a tiger in front of somebody goes for a very quick re-education.
Putting a what?
Putting a tiger in front of somebody helps with very swift re-education.
Re-education. Nice word. Right, good. So that seems agreeable. Let me just double check with my pilot, and I'll go out the room again and call.
The dwarf's kind of trying to like move as far from the target as he can, but he's like going like this because he's zip tied to the chair.
Hey, Lance, quick round. Please, run me quick through the numbers. How long will it take us to jump to a different system? The system would be the neighboring one, Thorn.
Apart from a 2-day travel to the edge of the region, it's a 2-week journey.
6 days, I'm pretty sure.
6-day journey. It's a 6-day journey to a neighboring system, so 8 days in total to get there, and another 8 to get back.
Well, technically, if you don't want to throw him out of the airlock at the edge of that system, you need another 2 days to get him to a populated area.
Oh, at the edge of the system. Okay.
And then basically, so like
there
10
might be
days,
refueling
and then
station
10 days to get back.
That's a long time.
Okay, Tiger just follows Miles. Yeah, on his heels. And then you leave the room, right?
I mean, I'm outside of the room currently, talking to Lance.
Okay, then I'll drop it once I'm outside. And what if we... I mean, it seems like a far way off. What if we just drop him at Orello with a different face? I mean, I realize I'm doing this all day, every day, but this tricks never gets old. I mean...
Is it permanent? Is your face change permanent?
No, not this one. I mean, do they have scanners? How did they ID us at the docks? Do we remember?
At the docks, no, there were no. Well, there were. Like they did take your photos because you were getting visas, but it was mundane.
No. Yeah.
Scanning.
Plus, we now have a favorite dock, 44. They like us there. Maybe.
Perhaps. He doesn't need to know that it's not permanent, though. How long can you hold it?
As long as it's not an inconvenience for us. There's only so much I can do, so at some point I'll have to drop it. But
Is it
can stay up
the distance irrelevant? You can drop him there and maintain that change.
Let's say unless he goes on another plane.
Another plane, okay.
I don't think you're going to another plane in this campaign.
No. Fuck Tales of Aether. Let's go to Tales of Ground. I don't know.
What?
Okay, that actually is a good proposition. I wish I thought of that before I actually told him about Tom.
Well, there's still the tiger, as far as he knows, so...
Correct.
Maybe.
And I'd feel a bit ashamed if we were just to kill him outright. Let me think about this. And I'll stay a bit out of the room, try and think what is my next diplomatic plan.
Huh?
Also, Lance, I'm still the phone is I guess on.
Mhm.
But if you have any input, please.
Do we have to drop him off on a different system? Can't we just not report him to the authorities and drop him off on Orello? And if no one knows he's used to be a pirate, then who gives a shit, right?
He seemed...
He's gonna be a passenger of ours when we enter the system. If you don't want anything else, if we need to apply for a visa, we call him the passenger we picked up.
Passengers also need visas.
Huh?
Passengers also need visas.
Yeah, it won't go well with us bringing in a pirate fighter. The stories won't really add up. But honestly,
pretty scared about that. I will mention it though. I'll ask him.
Honestly, a different thing to consider is also like, what's he good at? He any use? You want to stay on board?
Another henchman.
You can't support another crew member.
I can't. I know. I'm
No,
just.
no, no.
This is in character. I'm like another.
Not just you. Our ship also has a max.
So we blow up the ship.
Oh,
and
we
you
have
have two more henchmen two henchman slots are
Wait,
free.
you said Watanabe is holding a rope, right?
Slight push.
Just
No.
he's probably better at being a pilot and like a comms guy since he sabotaged us than anything else. But
No. I don't know. It seems a bit crowded. I wouldn't want to bring him on board, even if I would
I
trust
mean,
him.
you can install a fitting that allows you to have more crew, but
Yeah, not currently.
I mean, but paying him is
Yeah,
an incentive, I guess.
Dropping him in Orello would be the best option.
the only way that's gonna happen is if it happens on a different trip. I don't think it's a good idea to do it at the same time as we bring back. Or I guess we can always make up a story of the students being kept prisoner and we rescue.
Oh yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking about, actually.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm down for that. If he's down to, I mean, it's gonna be risky for him, right? He needs to basically trust you enough that you aren't gonna just be handing him over to the authorities. By the way, are you planning on that, or are you trying to help this person?
There's a pause, but Miles will say, "No, I'm honestly thinking about putting him on Rello and not reporting him to authorities, giving him a chance to start a new life."
Well, in that case, yeah, see if you can get him to trust you, and if you can get that, if you can get him to pilot our ship back, I can pilot his, depending on whatever we get
In any
told by
case,
Robbie. But
in any case, our plans are to see what we can do with the ship, and then we're flying out of here, aren't we?
it wouldn't be bad.
We're not going.
We could also head for the other patrol too. We have that in us for sure. We didn't really get hurt.
I mean, they know something is up.
There's no parking in midair, is there? Like, you can't park this ship.
and
We are parked midair, basically.
Yeah, but it's using, I guess, like gas. I don't know. It's using like magic quartz, whatever.
As long as we stay in the same system, we basically.
that's
never
what the
run out of
sails are
fuel.
for. They are not
Mm,
for propulsion. They actually gather magic from the air.
okay.
You know what? I'm gonna call you back, and I'll hang up on him and just give Robbie a call. Hey, how's it looking?
Be right back. I'm going to the bathroom.
You can like
Too
hear
early?
something like rusting, like a phone is being like pressed against close, and you just hear, "What? I just started taking out the panels."
Okay, yeah, sorry. How long do you need? When should I call you back?
Uh,
Well, you call me back when you're done, okay? You can
right.
also call the captain directly. Sorry. And I'll
You hear
hang
some
up.
more rustling.
Oh, anyway, I think seeing what's going on and that we are probably not going to be moving for a little bit, I just, our ship is in hold mode anyway. I am also gonna walk downwards to where they are holding him, or sidewards, I don't know.
While before you go down, while like Miles was on the phone, everyone had left the room, and I was like, with that dwarf for just a minute. I want to try and just sort of embracing Dal's embracing the presence, just like sitting there with a drink. It's all kind of awkwardly silent. And there's just like a bunny going around the room. It's very silent. Yeah. Morkrel, tell me if you're willing to start talking. How many people you got in your group? can you tell me a little bit about your group? Or are you still considering what the captain is offering? Because I know you don't want to talk without a deal, but if I know that captain well, he's got a nice warm outer look there, you saw, but got a cold fist, and I can represent it too. We're very strict. You know, we do whatever we want here. You know, just I push the drink towards him. You know, just think about it. Maybe you want to talk with me before anything else happens. Maybe we can be even quicker.
You're trying to
Tell me
intimidate him, right?
Essentially.
Yeah, right.
Intimidated
Make
me?
another talk
The
charisma
fuck?
check.
I'm kind of trying to I'm trying to time it, all that, right after we just saw our captain leave the fucking room with a pet tiger following him nonchalantly, you know? Like, so I'm timing it, like, did you see that shit? Like,
Sure. I mean, you're still trying to intimidate him with words.
yeah, same, yeah, it's just, sorry,
Does it
what,
help?
what's the, does it help? Does it help, yeah?
Does the timing help?
No, okay, that's fine.
Come on. God.
You're
Oh,
wrong.
Nalu is just shit. This okay.
It is -2, but yeah.
He looks around, leans forward. You know, I admit it. You have a really good shape. But don't anybody ever offers you walk as a pirate? Don't agree. You don't look weird. You don't sound half as scary as you think. Look tough. But just stick to looking tough, alright? And I'll talk to somebody who actually matters. He kind of seems to relax a bit.
Yeah, I like tilt my head at that. You know, maybe you're right, but there's one thing that I'm good at, and it's being the gunman. And I'll just for until the captain comes back, I'll just sit spinning the pistol in my hand, looking at him. I'll just half give it to him, half stick to that, you know.
Yeah.
Just showing him the gun. That's it. Yeah. Oh man, even the fucking guy we captured and are interrogating, giving him shit.
This just like a quick side story, not at all connected, but in Thailand you barter with people. So my mom was like, "How much for one?" The guy says, "For one, it costs 3." Okay, so I'll take 3 for 12, and he's like, "What?" And then he sold her 1 for 2, and she took like whatever. Like he confused her so much, she confused him so much. He gave her cheap like price or whatever like method.
That Dalu.
Yeah, but that's Dalu. Like you better cooperate. Here's a drink, and
Yeah. Yes, that's basically how I felt. It's like Dallas got a good idea, but like he can't pull it off with a straight face.
trying to be the good couple.
He tries to act like a sociopath, but he is not a sociopath. Alright. So, how long do you wait, Miles, before your turn?
I return. I have had a bit of time to think.
I think Lance was on his way down as well, though.
I'm walking down, but I had a quick talk with Robbie. I'll come in a second once you're done.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, question. Assuming we could give you a different look, not by much, and whatever you desire, as far as I am aware, would it be okay to then drop you in Arella? Would you? And we can demonstrate these abilities to you, but just for the sake for now. 'cause the
Magic.
doctor's not-
You're talking magic.
Yes.
Magic ain't gonna keep me hidden for long on Arella. And if that's
It'll
all
keep
you're
you hidden-
offering me, it's not buying you much information.
It will keep you hidden long enough.
Look. You seem to be the smart guy here. He kind of like lowered his voice. Seems to be the only smart guy here. Let's be honest with each other, right? This whole operation, it gotten way out of hand. I'm not even a pilot. I'm a comms officer. Really good at noticing things, reading the ship's readings, hiding our own. That's why boss set me on a ship and said, go and fly and find me ships. You should just tell them, stop, I'm gonna shoot you, and it works. And expect your ship to do that. Anyway. There are things I know. Things that will make your job a lot easier. You said you're going after me and you're in my group, so I assume you want boss, right? Big payout.
Eventually.
Yeah, right, like, nobody cares about a goon like me. So, I can tell you a few things if you drop me off at Arella. But, if put me on my ship, you've got the guns. You know I'm not getting out of range if you don't let me get out of range. I get on comms, and I tell you everything I fucking know. At this point, I don't care about him. I just want my ass as far away from here as I want. I'll tell you everything I know. Where they are, what ship they have, what weapons, where did we get them, why are we doing what we're doing. And you figure out how to bait them, how to catch them, and it's gonna worth a lot more than what you're gonna get from me. But knives on the line, and if you don't offer me enough, well, I'd rather die knowing you're gonna go down with me than take a stupid risk and die alone. I'm kinda stubborn like that.
Can this be the moment where I come on down and like, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck is
I'm
that?
pretty sure he's not a tiger anymore.
He's not?
No, he dropped it out. He's outside of the
No.
room. And he
Oh
dropped it.
man, I suck. Okay. I do not react like
This is
that.
what
I
goes.
mean, it's the bunny
What?
is still there.
Never seen a
You can
dwarf.
react to them.
That was in a different reality. Okay.
No! Everything you say out of character can be used against you.
So, we are parked for the foreseeable future, so I thought, just to be safe, Dalu, could you get back up on comms? See if anyone's heading our way, and if you see anything, let me know as soon as possible so we can get moving again, because of the other two, of course.
Sure.
Two.
I will leave, go towards the bridge.
And I will just see the drinks that were made here and grab one and sit on with the others. Just sit down. Watch the captain do his work.
Meanwhile, I'm catching the bunny as me. I told him to stop doing that. Your cat isn't listening.
You see, we either need to shoot the ship from the air or actually salvage it. That's That's the profit we're making. And sure, we might get information from you, let you live, and get the money from either destroying the ship or salvaging from it. I'd much rather let you live than just throw you off. But I don't think I could let you just fly away. Because that means I only rely on your word, which you can understand why I do not totally trust you. And we do not get the money nor from salvaging nor from shooting down the ship.
True. First, I'm relying on your word that you're gonna keep me alive.
True, but you don't have much of an option, do you? If I would want you dead, we would just throw you out. No point in just accommodating you.
As I've said, there's pride in going down. On my terms. So, unless you're gonna play your bluff and
There's
get out the
pride in-
torturing implements, we better figure out a proper deal.
No torturing implements, no need for that. We're not barbaric. But sure, I agree there is a certain value in going on your own terms, if you know you are going. But I'm telling you, and you can take it as it is, that if we come to an understanding, you will not. So it's a not for sure. We could, and I look at Lance, try and make things a bit easier for you to have that deal. What if we actually take, if we are able to salvage the ship, take this ship back to Orello, disguise you as I promised, and only then, when we're on ground and docked, you can tell me whatever information that we agreed on, and all the information you just spat it out a bit. Does that sound a bit easier for the deal?
Just as I said, you get me to Aurelia, you're getting a lot less of talking.
How much a lot less?
How many of them would they have?
Jesus Christ. Why did you work for them?
He's supposed to be the bad cop.
It's
No,
a
he's-
neutral question.
He's actually the good doctor.
Can you just please answer?
If you don't mind answering his question.
I do mind, actually. It's my business.
Right. So, how many are them and what they have? What information then are you going to supply us?
I just told you. I mean,
Can I ask-
you're going
questions.
to
We need
fly.
answers.
Can I ask what's the deal he offered? What does he want? Just, and what's he giving in return? Or proposing in return?
I'll like point at Morkel to explain.
He explains.
Ah, god damn it.
Hmm.
If you need out of character explanation, I will. I just wanted like to hear his take on the deal.
You see, my personal problem with that is, sure, you give us perfect information, and it turns out, with your information, hey, we can't actually go for it. This is too big. We're too small a crew for that operation. That's a perfectly reasonable outcome for what you might tell us. And then we're left without pay, nor an option to really go after. If you are worried about what would happen if you land on Orello, or if we put you there with your whatever, taking your ship and dropping you off in a different system still seems like a more profitable version to me personally. Because
Sure, let's do
honestly,
that.
like we can just take this ship, not do anything with you, and we'll have made a lot of money. We don't need to go after them anymore. The ship alone will be plenty to hold us over for quite a while.
True.
So
That was exactly why I was saying not. I cannot let him go on the ship and fly away. We need that ship. But jumping him to a different system will take time. 10 days one way, right?
there's also different options. What's the shuttle cost for one system jumper? Not too much.
Out of character, what is that?
I don't remember.
We smuggle, not smuggle. We get you. We bring you to Orello safely. We don't expect you to stay there, but rather we arrange for a shuttle that takes you out of this system. We even pay for that, since you probably aren't in possession of any money. And you tell us what we might be flying into. How does that sound? Because a 20-day detour.
That's costly for our company.
It's very costly, yes.
Make a talk check.
How much does it
Oh,
cost?
I hate this, but this is always the worst part.
This is a problem that I'm not able to come up with the good ideas and actually present them, and then I'm never rolling talk.
Can I take an angle of I actually know a guy who runs a shuttle service, and we could probably do it underhand there. Can I run it through Connect? No,
Do you
probably
know
not.
every?
I don't know. It's just
That's not the angle you took. So
no, I know. Didn't think
Like,
that far ahead.
yeah.
I hate this is the shit part about these roles. It's just.
I mean,
Is
it
it
would have
like a
been the
number
same in
idea you want?
D&D if you don't have persuasion and you're
No.
talking. Then
No. Ooh, look at this nice roll.
goes. Motorella, take me to the rocks. Same distance.
Which rocks?
The system on the edge. The mining ones.
Could we? The reason we're going to Arello is that we could salvage there better, right? We need a workstation, perhaps, or do we not need that in case?
I mean, if you want to salvage a ship, then yes, most likely. If you want to sell it, same.
Same. So we do need Arello.
Eventually.
Can
Yeah.
I ask you a direct question? Any of your friends around that small island cluster? Usually?
Define friends.
Your crew, your
Part
other,
of your yes.
your
Hell
organization.
no. Why would I go there?
Why not?
You think they're not gonna kill me?
Well, as long as you haven't
That's it.
sold them out yet.
The moment I surrendered, I'm a dead man walking.
You're not a dead.
But honestly, yes, if the outpost is fine for you, or the refueling station, or
Sure.
whichever of those you prefer to hitch a ride afterwards, we can do that. We can give you enough money to make a jump afterwards too. If that works better for you than Orello, why not? Same distance for us.
On which rocks are we talking about? I'm
The,
looking at.
the right-hand cluster, the small end cluster on the right, with the research base, the refueling station. That's basically the edge of the system is close to there.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's where we.
500 per hex. The ship cost.
500 credits? Nice.
Isn't that where we salvaged the base?
Yes.
Yeah, but there's a lot of other things there too. There's the research base, there's the refueling station for the ships going in and coming out, and he can probably hitch a ride there. Might be half shuttles there too.
Is there a workstation there for salvaging?
We don't know.
Um,
Maybe.
you don't know.
If we can fly this thing, it's so much better than not.
I know. And selling it would also mean a lot.
We won't be able to sell it there, that's for sure. But if we can drop them off there and then somehow get back to the colony, that will be all that we need.
Out of character, if like no one has pilot other than you, can we still pilot the ship? Like I know we can make jumps. We can't make jumps.
Let's
but we
say
can-
no. Well, you can do anything. Like you can try anything. Let's just put it that way. You flying the ship in a straight line is unlikely to pose much of a problem unless you suddenly have to steer your ship around something. That's when it's basically gonna be somebody who's never drawn automatic car. Most likely can get into that car and turn it on and drive it somewhat. They get on the highway. Well, how good are they at those computer games?
Yeah. So
You
the
might
rock
succeed,
things-
but I definitely wouldn't advise any of you to take that ship to Aurelia because that's the highway.
Yeah, that is the highway.
We could also potentially hire or look if there's someone capable of flying a ship at the refueling station. Hire them for, just a quick trip. It'll be
True.
pennies on the dollar if we just hire someone to take it on over, fly it after us.
Right, so it seems like we have a deal. Right? We drop you off at the rocks, you give us all the information, we have the ship, we all go
You drop
on
me
a
off,
happy merry
you drop me off with the rocks. I give you some information.
with
All information
with the
is only if you put me back on my ship. And I am sure of my safety. That's when I tell you everything. But sure, you drop me the rocks. I'll tell you enough to maybe save your life.
This is a weird
Sure.
bargaining position, my friend, I have to say.
No, but I'll take it. We have a deal. And I put my hand out, but I know he's tied up, so it's like it's going to be a weird handshake.
Make it talk. And tell me if
Or
you're
is
lying or
the
not.
rock?
And I am not lying.
You can also re-roll your one. To go
Oh,
higher.
yeah. Right. I gotta check. Can I make that a macro or something?
You'd
Probably.
you might, yeah,
Great.
but as a separate macro because basically.
Can you re-roll it again?
Can I reroll that one?
No.
Okay.
Is it re-roll? I'll check.
Like nothing in D&D allows you to continue rerolling until you succeed. So,
Oh, this isn't TNT.
well, sure, but
I'm sure he won't have written out a rule for this, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes. Yeah. That sounds good.
He shakes my hand, I guess.
He can't.
Well. Thumbs up.
He can't.
Great. So let's make preparations.
In that case, how about we untie him? You know.
For now, at least. Wait. We're currently. Sorry, out of character. We're currently in the. What's it called? Where the sofa
Okay.
is.
Or cargo bay.
You're
Cargo
in
bay.
the crew
Thank you.
quarters. No,
Yeah,
you said you were going to
Sort
the
of
crew
crew
quarters.
quarters.
Crew
Yeah.
quarters. Okay, crew quarters.
Okay.
So there's a lot to steal here and stuff.
Sure.
Okay, we could untie him. I would prefer someone staying with him, though.
I mean, to be fair, like, the only way he smuggles anything off the ship is if he sticks it up his butt, so...
Yes, but I don't want him to stick anything up his butt.
Power cells!
Just
we,
saying,
we
because
could. We will untie him once we can. Once I can show perhaps maybe Dalu is on his back checking if he's doing anything suspicious.
honestly, I mean, you've flown something like this, my friend.
Like, what?
Like this ship here. You ever flown something like this?
No, I'm not a pilot.
Unfortunate.
It's not a pilot.
Because someone is going to have to fly the small ship either way. You know?
Oh, you can always put me on
And
it.
it'll either be him on this one here, or he'll be on his small one. But as you said, I definitely noticed that you aren't a pilot, even with a ship as fast as yours. You ain't getting away from me.
Let's make preparations. We do need a word from Robbie.
Yeah, I think it'll take a while. So best everyone, finish your drinks, relax. That's why I say untie him. I will let him have a nap or something. I'm sure he's stressed out of his mind. And then, whenever Robbie rings you, we continue.
Right. Sure. What's the doctor doing, by the way?
Standing there.
All right.
Are we close to Dalu? I mean, isn't
Dalu
he...
is
I'm
upstairs.
a bit of the bridge. Yeah.
He's checking if anything else is coming.
But isn't that close to the crew quarters?
I have no idea.
No,
We didn't have
that's
any
at the bridge.
schematics of-
Not sure.
Yeah, we need
Say again?
schematics of the ship.
I mean, everything is relatively close to each other on the ship, because no ship, not that big, but... No, it's in different. Most crews play without a ship, You can make your own ship schematics. What do you need me for? You know how much time you need to make a cool ship? A lot of time. Here. Your ship. Where are you? Which page? Present screen. There you go. Boom. Boom. Bridge. Cargo hold. There you go. That's your ship.
Excellent.
It looks
yes.
like
So
a...
we're very close
Wow.
together. Nice. Okay, no, never mind. We can just Dan, I think we're just...
You go 2D every time you go to crew quarters.
We are splitting up a bit until we hear from Rob, basically.
Right?
I think we're time skipping.
Okay. So...
I'd actually go maybe to the bridge and ask... go to Dalu and ask him... what did you say to him when I was out of the room?
I'm like looking down. He does looking at a computer, just while looking at a screen, just like, oh yeah. I just played like a tough guy. I basically just called you out as being some, hedgeman boss or something like that, trying to get something out of him, but not my cup of tea, so it didn't go very well. He actually basically called me a fucking shithead, so yeah, just I'll stick to my own skills. How'd it go? Is it going well down there?
Yes, we arrived to the deal. We are going to drop him at the rocks. We're going to have the ship, so at least some payment. And he's going to give us information. What
Well
do you think
done.
about that?
Well, I'd wonder how well it'll go. I mean, I've done a bit of this, a little bit of shifty work, so I'd hope that there's no complications. But well done. He's like some pirate, and you just convinced him using words. That seems like an accomplishment.
It's not that hard. Pirates usually do think about themselves mostly, so
Mhm.
the
Of
only
course,
bargaining
but
chip is getting him off.
that's a bit of the problem, though. They think about themselves.
But
So making just agreeing with some plan that you made up makes me think, you know.
true. But think about it like this: the only bargaining chip we really had there is to promise him he lives. If we would just threaten him, he's going out anyway. He would not cooperate at all.
Of course.
I
Well,
do.
where is he now?
Oh, he's with the doctor. I put him. Well, I asked the doctor if he doesn't mind to be with him, see if he
Yeah.
has any.
So long as he's looked over, then that's good. That's good.
Yes, indeed. Well, then I'll leave you to it. I'll walk
All right,
out.
yeah, keep me updated. I'll keep you updated as well.
Yes, tell me if Robbie calls you or has a connection.
Sure, yeah. Well, yeah.
I'd like just while I'm alone with him, I'd like to pick up my previous question and just ask again. So, would you mind telling me what they paid you?
Not enough.
Apparently, just a rough number. Like, what do you make in a month? Privateering.
5 credits.
Yeah, I mean, at the docks they make 5 credits a day, so that's like 25. That's like 100 credits per month. So I imagine you must be above that.
Yeah, better than that. About months.
You were cut out in the end, yeah.
Yeah, you're cutting out from
I
me
was
at least
calculating.
quite a bit.
Um,
Okay.
2,000? That's just for standby. I get commission if I
2,000.
find things.
All right. Because I mean, personally, if it was me, my life would be value enough for me to tell everything. But maybe a bit of pay could help your memory. How about we drop you off, give you a month of privateer money, you could buy a new identity, whatever, and you tell us everything.
Drop me off first, as I'm not sure you will. Keep that word, and I'm safe. Yeah, sure, we can work something out.
All right. Want some tea? We need to leave some alcohol for the captain. No, okay.
I like my hands free.
Your hands?
Right. Time skip, and by that time skip,
Mm.
Captain had a full flask already.
Full flask of what?
Sort of spirit. I don't know what he bought. I gotta make maybe a list of alcohol that he has on him.
Right? No, I meant, yeah, okay, whatever. That's what you meant. Alright, yeah, sure. Okay, so Robbie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So sure. All right. Yeah. So about an hour after you've like basically started talking to this guy, and so the whole interrogation process. You must get a ring from Robbie.
I answer.
So she goes, alright, took a look here. The fly. Engine's fine. Gun's busted. Hulls hold, but don't shoot it. I want me to salvage
So
it.
have you-
The best I can do in here is there are some electronics in the cockpit. The rest, I'll need to ground this bird.
What can you salvage on a ground, but with no proper workstation? Also, do you happen to know if there's a workstation at that area?
That area?
Of the, sorry, in the small island cluster. There's a refueling station there. If you've been there.
No, actually, no, I haven't. Funnily enough, I haven't left a rather much in my. Right. Don't know, Captain.
Right. Good. Okay. Well, thanks, Robbie. Great. So we know we can fly it. Please come back to the ship safely.
Yeah. So, since I've kind of been wanting to show you the ship. Oh, there we go.
Oh, the schematics. Wait, this is the fighter, right?
Yep. Not your ship.
Okay.
Just the fighter.
Okay, I started because it has a V shape just like ours. Okay.
It is a soul ship, but just a fighter. Sure, I am. No, yeah. Fairly accurate.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay, one-man jumping fighter. Basic amenities.
You're muted, Tsuno.
But that does mean that someone else could be on board with him.
I mean, temporarily, sure, but it doesn't have the crew capacity to make a person. Which basically means after a couple hours, life support is gonna start falling apart, and there's gonna be a problem with air and, well, air mostly. Because that's the only explanation I have for crew capacity is
Free maximum.
life support
air.
can't maintain it. Everybody's gonna start suffocating. It has air purification system and so on, but it's not very powerful.
Hey, do you share what Robbie tells you on?
Yes. Yeah. So I was about to say, I gather everyone where the sofa is. I don't know where you put it, but let's go there. And I relay the information that Robbie has said and told.
Well, in that case, I say we put the fine gentleman on his ship, and we both fly towards the rocks. That'll be my personal suggestion.
And there's how long can two people fit in that ship? Enough to get there?
No,
Half an hour.
unlikely.
He said he's not a pilot.
Well, he's a better pilot than everyone aside from Lance.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, true. But I do. But I'll trust him. We had a deal. Sure. Let's put
I
him on.
mean, is he with us when we're here gathered or no?
Well, technically, yes, he's in the same room.
Sure.
I mean, you can talk
okay.
quietly
If he's-
huddled in
okay,
the corner,
if he's-
but you can hide
okay.
in the shower room. It's well enough insulated that you can talk inside.
I assumed we didn't have him near.
Personally, I'd
Nobody
say,
has untied him yet.
No, I said we were.
Nobody has put,
Why?
like you said, you will untie him when you've got somebody to watch him, but you never put anybody to watch
And,
him. So
no, and the
you're
doctor
untied.
was watching him.
He's
The
been with
doctor.
Phil, yeah,
Really?
with Bill.
You've put the doctor to watch him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Milo
Yeah,
was
yeah.
over. It was all over him with the
They were talking
bribing him and
together
stuff.
at
Alright.
one point.
But yeah, but it was in this
And
room.
now T.
Okay, I thought people walked around in the meantime. Okay, so let's go.
I mean, you can
the room.
change it right now. I don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it right now.
Yes, please.
Yes. Yes. So, Lance, what were you saying?
I was saying he's not getting away from me either way.
Oh, yeah, I was.
Doesn't matter. He can't run.
For a moment, I forgot about that. Yes. Right. Let's put him on his ship.
I think this will be a fun 2-day journey. You have enough supplies when it comes to food and so on for the journey.
You asking him?
Yeah, I'm asking the dwarf, yes.
So
of course.
you are in the same
So
room.
he is with us? Wait, what?
Didn't. Okay, whatever. I will go over and ask him. I thought we had changed it around, but apparently we haven't. Yes.
He goes for a few days. Water's running
Yeah,
low,
just-
but
Yeah, but we can refuel you a bit if it comes to that. But it's looking like your ship is in order, apart from the weapon. And you can just take it to the rocks. We will follow you. We both know very well that you probably can't run from me. At least not before our weapons tear you down, so... Let us know if you need any supplies. We should have plenty on board for you as well. Is he untied?
well,
Yes.
you want me flying the ship? You'll want his hands working.
Of course.
I'm kind of starting to lose the feel in them.
Yeah,
The zip
I
ties
thought
are
we-
really bad for long term
Yeah, I
incarceration.
thought we had untied you earlier. I'm very sorry. I thought I had made that clear. Unfortunate. I'm very sorry for your hands. It's a ship
Yeah,
feeling.
sure
but
you are.
I'll
I
take
am.
the explanation that we didn't untie him, that the doctor wanted him to lose his hands and then implant new ones or something.
Experiment. What? I don't remember this.
I am. You can believe that, or you can't, whatever you want. But yeah, we can help you back onto your ship now if you wanna follow.
There's the boss now. Well, he's the boss now.
He is the boss now. That is correct.
Outside
No.
of the room, I was like, duh.
I'll just like bring him on up to the rope we had. He can put his suit that he had, that he probably maybe still has on.
Well,
back
unless he took
on.
it away from him.
No, and he can go back up there. And I will go to the bridge, and we can start flying for the edge of the system.
I mean, unless you wanna know how a dwarf smells under his wax suit, I don't think you took it.
After he goes and we're on the bridge, at least most of us, I'll just say, all right, so well done. So 2 things. Yeah, so until we talk to him again on the rocks near Arello, what did you get out of him? Did you get anything yet?
Who are you asking?
If we're probably all in the bridge, right? Except maybe Windle.
Yeah, I think we're all like now flying and following him towards our destination. That's when he can ask the question.
Yeah,
Or
it's
he's
pretty much
asking everyone.
all- Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mano, did he say anything while you were with him?
You ask me?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
We were just talking. I mean, I essentially tried to bribe him because I want the full information. and I think it could be worth something.
How
He
much
said
did you
he
offer?
makes. Huh? Excuse me?
How much did you offer?
Well, we went from his monthly salary. He said he makes 2,000, so he probably makes 1,000. So if we give him like a few thousand credits, maybe we get the whole deal. Maybe. But he said, drop me off first, then we can talk. You know the deal.
That's actually not a so bad idea. I just don't know what price to put on this.
Honestly, a couple thousand credits is perfectly fine. I think we're gonna be making more from this job than that, quite a bit more likely, from the fighter and giving it to the government or whatever. And we certainly could use the information just to see if we even want to go after more of this part. It's better to safely know that we shouldn't pursue than not. Right?
But he'll try to bargain. So, what's a budget?
2K, 3K? Not more. It's a lot of money.
I mean, he should be happy with his life, but apparently we're bad negotiators. He read us pretty quickly that we're a bunch of softies.
Well,
At least I am. I don't know.
Issa
Tofu,
left,
but
so you're only terrorist, Scan.
yeah.
I don't know. I think
Otherwise, he'd
I do
already have
feel
a torch up his butt.
I do feel people cooperate a lot better when they feel they have a lot to gain than when they feel they have everything like is doomed.
So
I
long as you have
agree.
a bit of a bad cop sometimes, then yeah, sure.
The next time we have a designated bad cop. It should be you, Dalu, I think.
Don't know.
By bad
Well-
cop, do you mean incompetent at talking?
Competent, yeah. Yeah, I gotta say, I think a part of me was, got a bit of a get the job done cold attitude, or did. But yeah, I am terrible, absolutely horrible at that. There's a reason why most of my mercenary work was in the back alleys and using range weaponry. Can't do this type of thing. You guys are asking me to talk on comms, and I'm shaking. So it's like, oof.
Dalu was relegated
By
to
the way,
long-range weapons because his one-liners are terrible. Nobody wanted to hear them.
Says him to himself when he looks in a scope because it'll just be bad if it's in front of someone.
Dalu
always
lands a
intimidate
sniper
the
shot and he goes like, "Yeah, damn in the belly button!"
You'd always threaten or intimidate them by, I guess, taking off small parts of them, but I'm not very inclined on doing so.
You mean like 2.5, like Winnell does?
No, I just do it to heal people, actually. Everybody thinks I'm...
Actually, you have a
some-
point there. Doctor, I think you're the perfect bad cop to have, since you're actually excited when it comes to these sorts of things, aren't you?
Well, I'm not gonna cut someone, if that's what you're asking.
No, but you seem very eager about the subject, and only the eagerness itself is enough to probably deter people. And
I mean, I can talk to them about the medical things. Yeah, sure. Like,
throw in that with your ability to confuse everyone. Oh,
I
you'd
can
make
do that.
a cop.
Yeah.
I'll probably
Yeah.
incorporate you in my next diplomacy.
I mean,
This how
I've
you calling
creeped
it
out
now?
one crew
Diplomacy
member so far.
session?
sessions.
Okay, creep out. Got it.
Lance, that's just this other thing, real quick. Are you confident enough that if something were to happen while tailing this guy, that we could get on the weapons quick enough? So will I stay on the comms, or would I go down to man the gun while we're
We
tailing him?
wouldn't worry about this. As soon as we are out of the region, I don't think he has a shot at running from us. And he doesn't have a weapon anymore. It's
No,
busted.
but the only thing that is actually might put a wrench in our plans is him calling his friends. But it looks like he wanted out of there too, so that's that.
Yeah.
We didn't pull the plug. Can't you pull the plug on the phone thing?
Oh, you could, but then he can replug it. He's a comms guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
But even he can't reach anyone from where he's at. Most he can do is make himself very visible to scans or something like it. But, you know.
Can you detect that, Gallo?
Sorry.
And can you detect any funny business, like him sending signals of some sort?
The funny business is
Um,
currently technically don't have a target lock on this very ship of his.
We should have.
we're not,
We should definitely
we
have.
should have one.
Charlie, please lock.
Not really,
Okay,
no.
I will do that.
I mean, you mechanically can't do that because you've already tried and you failed.
Oh, was that today?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that makes zero sense after we engaged him in face-to-face combat.
You have
and then we
visual
do
lock on him, you visually see him, you know his location. It doesn't mean you
And
see
we-
him on the sensors.
But I have to say, I find it absolute bullshit if we can't lock onto him when we have access to his ship, just because we've already rolled once a day.
Don't have access to his ship. You didn't do anything to his ship to make it
We
more
could.
noticeable. But you
We
didn't.
can. We still have all of the time. He hasn't gone anywhere yet.
Alright, what are you gonna
He's
do to
flying
his
it
ship?
now.
Do you have some
I
sort
don't
of a
know, what do
tracking
we need?
device or
What do we need to do? How does it work when we usually track another ship, when we get that lock?
you either
How can
put a
we
tracking
potentially-
device on it or you somehow analyze
So,
and memorize its engine output?
In theory, though, like say, two ships are parking right next to each other. We can see the ship, but it's not on our sensors, even though we can like touch it because it's that close.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
sensing
Another
in
question,
this mechanics, like sensing is not whether you can really see ship. It's whether you
It's like connected.
Know what
have
frequency to
caught
put on the radio.
whether
to-
you've caught their emissions, basically. It's like in space. Like that ship goes more than a kilometer away from you and you're not seeing it. And
Okay, so it's not like a sonar, but it's more like finding the right channel on the radio, I guess.
I suppose. And
Does it even matter if we just keep visual on him? If we stay close,
No,
don't we?
Really, it's not, but it's just to understand the system a bit better, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, he can't.
I still feel like it makes absolutely no sense to not have it after this intimate exchange we've had of being right next
Can't
to
you
each
just
other
download
for
something?
over an hour.
Put
It makes no
Dalo on
sense to
his
me,
ship for a
but
couple
it's-
hours so that he can completely reprogram his communication network and make it literally cry out for your ship. The problem
Theoretically,
obviously
could
being
we
that
ask him-
that's gonna work for everybody most likely.
Theoretically,
Well,
could we ask him like, "What's your output" or whatever, and then he tells us, and then it's an easier way to lock on him, or is it?
I mean, you can ask him, I guess, to just like let us target block you, I guess.
Okay.
Because it's
It's-
you know it's the same with D&D and lockpicking. Like people say, "Can I try again?" No, you can't. You failed. Your skills are insufficient to pick this lock. Your skills are insufficient to detect this shape. Whether it's
he can get us
you're not
highly
good
different.
enough, or their program is just alien to you, or he's actually a much gooder programmer than you assume, you can't.
Yeah, but
I
then
mean,
asking
in any
him is
other-
like opening the
yeah.
lock.
At least that part would be like sort of
Again, like you
non-negotiable.
tried to lockpick a door, you failed. Somebody walked up to you, opened the door with a key, let you into the door, into the room. You walked around the room, left the room. He closed the door and says, "Go ahead, try and pick it again." You don't get any
That's
better
where
at it.
That's where we just say, yeah, give us the key, or we would take the key from him since he had this key, and that's what would be done.
Well,
I disagree with this being the same as picking a door, but it doesn't matter.
Let's get the
And
key.
Yes,
For now, it
let's get
doesn't
the key.
matter. Yeah.
It's the same reason as when in like the start of the campaign, Melanie asked if you can like roll multiple times with passive sensors and active sensors. It's part of the mechanics. Like it's not good for me if I let you guys roll and roll and roll and roll and roll.
No, but that's not what I'm asking for. This is literally very different because we've actually met this ship directly 1-to-1. We've
Does it mean
captured
that
its
your
pilot.
ship can be detected locked by everybody in the dock you've been in?
I mean, if they did it back then, probably. That kind of deal, if they're somewhat close by, I don't know. It just feels very different when you've actually just been face to face to not be able to lock on, then to track afterwards. That feels wrong, but it's your game, you decide. So
I
let's
mean,
move on with
another
him.
example. You've been in your friend's
you wanna
car.
talk
Can you
about
track
it-
your friend's car?
Okay, if you guys want to talk about it, could we take our break? Because I'm just gonna get a snack. If you want to talk
Yeah,
about
actually, let's go and take a 5-minute break over here anyway, since you're gonna be traveling.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some food.
Base. Alright, and we're back. So, you are heading for the Air rock belt, yes, at the edge of Shitter Riddling, while you're carefully making sure that your new friend doesn't do anything untoward. Let's see. So rest of this day. 28, 29. You're basically gonna arrive there at 29 late evening.
Mm-hmm.
Was it 2 days or what?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see, where are you? Let me check and fix the date necessary. And it goes. Let's say you've agreed to put him on the refueling station, because that sounds like a good place for him to grab a shuttle somewhere else. And anything you wanted to do during the travel, or
Can we play all of us together play a little card game or something?
Yeah, you should really play poker, darling. It's practice. Don't play the cards, play the person.
This might come as a surprise to you all, but I only play drinking games.
I think we understand that. Yeah.
Mm,
We're here. We understand. We understand.
shouldn't be an issue. We can
I
combine.
don't.
Again, Miles, if you
You
ever have a
don't drink?
problem with it,
How-
with
how-
drinking, just please say it out loud. And
How could you combine? You don't have any alcohol.
Hmm? There's water.
A different drinking game.
I mean, does it mean I can't play?
I just find a bit less of spice into the game, you know? Like play checkers, but every time the opponent traps one of your pieces, you take a drink or something like that.
Mhm. You know, Captain, for the other side of that coin, we others aren't trying to lose in those games.
Fine, lose.
Exactly my point right there.
I mean,
If you
we
define
usually play for
drinking
money,
as
but
winning, then, you know.
what futuristic games might there be on the ship? Do you know, Dan?
sorry, say again?
Any ideas of what futuristic games there might be on our ship?
I would call them futuristic. That would you come up with?
There's a board game that is actually a pigeon's dating simulator.
No, please no.
How many pieces are in checkers? Like 4?
It's 8x8.
No,
How many
not the
pieces?
size of the, but like amount of 20?
12
12?
on each side. I think 12 on each side.
Yeah, 20 like checker pieces for every player.
So 12
Though
on each side.
obviously I assume Miles plays like large checkers where like 40 pieces because there's more pieces to lose. And then he goes like, alright, so every time you lose a checker, take a shot. Here's my shot glass.
Oh no, I've left myself completely open.
Then in one turn, like Dallo eats like 8 pieces.
Yeah, something that goes ding, 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 ding. Oh no, you know, like that's Sam's flask. Anyway.
But this is nice, you know. This way, everyone is winning. When you play with, the captain, he's winning and you're winning. It's nice. His liver isn't winning. That's the difference.
Shut up, liver. You're fine. All right. So, Well, considering you also have a single pilot, it's not like you can travel for longer time than he does, because obviously like both of you have to stop at some point and go to sleep. I mean, both you and the dwarf. And yeah,
I assumed a lot of that was autopilot. Just like, napping in the pilot's chair, but I don't know how it works.
well, up to a point. Also, you do notice that like while his ship is flying, it's definitely having a bit more trouble when you're going like through air turbulence, because like the damage to his hull just like interferes a little bit with the drag of the ship, and you're just watching him fly, and like your ship like goes like, and you're like, ooh, that's. I hope he has a soft seat, because that was a good. What's they call, like air holes? Oh,
I hope he didn't hit his head on the ceiling.
yeah,
That
air
kind
pockets.
of
Yeah,
cool.
that's how they call them.
Yeah.
Air pits. Yeah. But yeah, evening of 29th, you like even like half a day before, you start seeing those rocks in the distance, and like go like, yeah, we've been here before. I remember this place. Not going that place anymore. And head over towards the refueling station and closer to the see the lights of that station on approach, and both of your ships get hailed by the local dock, I guess, because it's like one big dock. I assume you state ship name, yada, coming
the
refueling, whatever. And you're not sure what like the dwarf says on his comms, because you aren't actually tapping them, but no strange movements seem to be coming from this ship. So let's say half an hour later, safely touches at the refueling station. Or more like his ship actually touches down your ship, more like comes into the dock and is like gets clamped down the side, because the station is not big enough to actually let you land. But you're both
How
first.
many other ships could land here? And like, is there like a hotel attached to this? What kind of?
No. It's this one is not a big one. It's more like of the local, like for the rock cluster type refueling station. So like inside of the dock, you pick like maybe 4 ships like yours could dock, and you understand like from the structure of the station that for bigger ship like those lightning barges that would ferry like rock and ore, they don't dock, they get like special refueling ships ferrying fuel to them, because they don't want to come close even to a small station like this, basically.
But so there's also, since it's literally just a gas station basically. There's nothing attached to it where people can stay and so on.
Some minimal stuff, like half a motel level of accommodation.
Okay, yeah. Enough for our friend to stay a night or two.
But he might have to stay for a while, because frankly, his bet is hoping to catch a cargo ship going to a system one time over, or maybe captain who forgot to refuel and for some reason decided to stop over here, because this is not a commonly passable place, but well, apparently it was better than Rail for him, so he stays here for months. His problem, yes, I don't know. To you, yeah. I assume you disembark.
Yep.
And
There's this
walk on over.
weird like pause as you like kind of like gather around your ship, and you're like, go. Is he gonna get out of his ship, or is he like gonna try something? But then his airlock opens and he gets out of the ship.
Good.
How was the drive?
rubs his butt grumpily, and starts walking.
Right. Right,
Well-
so that's our part of the deal. Now it's yours.
Alright. We're just doing it here.
No, we should probably talk inside.
Are you pointing towards the station?
The the ship, our ship,
Is
I
that
guess.
no?
Right. Sorry. Yes, let's go into the station, get a room, perhaps.
Yeah. Let's. There was some like a bar here.
Yep.
I will invisibly turn on telekinetic armory.
Right? So you can like walk into the cafeteria, like a trucker's cafeteria.
What is he ordering? If he's
Anyone
ordering.
here?
The gnoll bartender asks you what you're gonna be ordering in a barking voice.
Any strong alcohol you have?
He doesn't.
No, but I don't drink on the job.
So are you ordering anything?
Yeah, you know, just a
Desserts.
soft
Fish
drink.
and chips.
Oh, some
Yeah.
desserts. Yes.
Desserts? Yeah, that's a really bad idea to order desserts on a trucker stop.
I mean, maybe they have some
Eggs,
wrapped
beans,
snacks or something.
anything other than rations.
Well, let's put it that way. Anything you order, I suggest you go for something that was, what do you call it, processed, packaged food. Because I have no idea where those hot dogs have been. Well,
True.
gotta have an idea. You're most likely sure they were in the freezer and then thrown into that oil dripping grill they have over there in the corner.
It looks nice.
At least you hope that's where they've been. To be fair, at least there are no rats around because you assume no rat will survive here.
Very good.
Alright, so sit down. Dorf kind of like looks around.
Did he order anything?
He has no money.
I'll order for him some food and drink.
Kind of looks around, like sees that right there's like the bartenders, there's like a couple other like single people like basically waiting for their ship to get refueled as they just like drinking coffee. Not coffee, Chernavog. And like leans in. Alright. So what was it? How many? And what they have, right?
And anything else useful you might want to tell us?
Right. Well, not really gonna make any judge calls. Or you don't know if you can or can't take them. So, just gonna give you as it is. Make your own choices. There's a guy flying. One of those. He's a pirate. So
What's his name?
Josh.
Harsh?
Josh.
Gosh. Okay, I'll just
Josh!
try and
Josh.
Yeah. Like a young boy from wherever. Well, young. I'm young. Whatever. Don't expect to find him to find you. It's fucking Cloud. Honestly. It wasn't easy to get your ship. Thought it was debris at first. Right. Wish I thought it was debris. Otherwise, same ship as mine, same gun, same properties.
And this one is another patrol-like ship, like yours.
Well, it's a fighter.
Mhm.
What it's called was, as the guy said, the Belula class strike fighter. Sounds like a dessert or something. Oh fuck. Of course. Yeah, that's how it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Jigglypuff.
G dude.
A-W, backwards N-Y-A-A-R-A, and then a P with a backwards.
I was so close.
If
so
I
close.
read that, it says Dshildgfd. Alright. Yeah.
Does he also have like a code or just a class?
No, that's a ship class. So like same as
Yeah, I know.
your ship is a Sylph class, this is a Libelula
Yeah, exactly.
class.
That's why I asked if he maybe knew the exact code. That would help in confirming first. But
And
that's fine.
those
Go
ships didn't come with transponders, so we're all flying dark here. And, well, I guess captains generally choose around Kumara. And I don't know enough about ships. Tell you what type it is, how it's called. It's smaller than yours. It's shorter, about 30 meters long. But we need like 10 guys to run it, and it's got one of those old sunbeams mounted on it. So, yeah.
How many sunbeams?
I think one. This has a one barrel. If that's how it works.
This ship. You said it was your captain's ship. That's at this Kamala
Kumara.
refueling station. Kamara. Okay.
What's the name of the captain?
Sorry, say again?
What's the captain's name?
Big Beard?
Big beard.
Are you rolling the name?
Yes. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
Like, you get the diagnosis from a doctor, and he's like, "Oh, that's interesting." Oh,
Oh
and he won't tell you
Ah.
what's interesting.
Oh.
It's always a great sign.
That was, yeah. Fair enough.
The test results have come in. They tested out negatively going to impact on your emotions.
Huh. Some Morella.
He's a green bottle, apparently.
No. So his name's Melubari Fabiola.
Aviola.
There we go.
Can you tell us anything? Oh, he's gone.
No. Bye. Yeet.
Wait, did it disconnect from Discord?
No.
He just got up for a
Ah.
sec. Can you tell us anything about your captain? About how high up in this group is he? Is he actually in charge of everything?
Can I? Yep. Will I? Not for free. I think Man's a good doctor over there had some ideas about this.
I'll just take out my wallet, start counting, like so nobody else sees it, but like put 500 credits on the table.
Oh,
Talking.
what was the question again?
Is this captain of yours? Is he in full charge of your entire group, including the outpost that would be on the island inside the gas cloud? All of your ships.
The Kumara?
The captain of that ship, yeah.
Yeah.
He is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
What kind of person?
And kind of like drag the 500 credits towards him.
Oh.
I let him.
Okay. Okay.
Person is he?
Personally. An opportunistic bastard?
How so?
Yeah, I guess. Don't expect him to surrender.
Why? What makes you say that?
Oh, that's a long story. A very interesting story. That is definitely
It's
worth
too expensive.
telling, but
Can you talk more about the things that your group has? What exactly? Maybe what they have, or rather, what they do what they do to get what they have.
What
You know?
sort of operation are they running here?
as I've said, it's a long story. And that wasn't part of the deal. Not the original one, anyway.
Look, you just got a decent amount of credits.
How about we? That's quite all right. How about we offer?
I
in
mean, you
addition to
still
that-
haven't given me any money for transfer out of
True.
here, so technically you haven't quite completed your deal.
Right, Lance. Markrol, I'll transfer the money right now. I'll do it in front of him. Give him the money that we agreed on for the.
I will pay this out of our pocket.
Yeah.
This is 500 so far, but we're probably going to be paying him more.
And
Also, I'm
yes.
taking your 500 also from the group thing, so it's 1K so far. That we've paid.
Right. In addition to that, I'm willing to offer another 2,000 credits for any other question we might have. Does that seem fair? Any long story, any little tidbit that we ask, an extra 2,000 credits.
I'll offer you a bundle package. Wanna pay me 2,000? Sure. I'll answer any story or tidbit. One. You pay me.
No, I meant all of them. Any this group has, any question anyone has.
Yeah, you want the whole package, so
Mm-hmm.
let's say, are Robin Watanabe with you? Or I assume they're just chilling, doing their own shit.
You know
Maybe
what? If
looking
they want
at
to
the
come, they
ship.
can come, and yeah, but it's up to them.
I personally assumed that Robbie would be here because of her background. She might be interested
fair
in
enough.
this.
So like he kind of like goes, sorry. Let's say 3,500. Answer any question, even if it takes me all night.
What did he say? I didn't hear his
3,500.
35. That's so much.
3,500. Right?
Total.
In total.
Yeah, Miles, you kind of catch Robbie like drilling you with her eyes.
So we paid him 1,000 right now, and then we add another 3.5.
That's what he's asking for.
So that I'm just running the number. So that's 4.5.
So much. That's half a reward technically. When we're getting more than that reward, but he's going big. You can definitely try and talk about the number.
How about we meet in the middle? 3. I said 2.5. You said 3.5. We meet in the middle.
For you,
Say
sure.
what you want to say, Winnel.
Is that 3 on top
Yes.
of the 1,000 he got?
Yes.
What? I
Yes.
thought it was
What?
3 in total.
No,
No.
3 and
Oh my god.
That's
yeah. So it's
you-
gonna be 4 in total.
And you already said it. We had a budget.
The budget was 3, and I went a little bit up.
it was like 2.5.
You're really bad
I'm
with
just gonna
budgets.
say-
Just say, Captain, you've just spent your booze budget for the next month. You suffer for this.
Yeah, this comes out from my.
I'm just gonna add out there after the money is transferred to him.
You
So
haven't
that'll
quite
be the
agreed
last
yet
payment.
because,
Yeah.
Oh, it hasn't been done yet. Okay.
well, he just named the price.
Only the small sums, the 500 that Winnell gave him, and the other 500 that we said we'll give him for the transfer.
That's what he already has, yes.
Yeah.
Small
So, yeah,
sums, 500 credits is not a small sum. That's 100 days. No, it's 100 days of work.
You know, guys, you
Or a
kind of like need to
clockwork.
figure out whether you're complaining about getting paid only 25k or saying that 1,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah. So, Captain, I mean, I get it that you want to finish the job, but there's another option. We cut our losses. He gets his 1,000, goes on his way. We forget the pirates. We take our cut, sell his ship, get the 10k extra, and maybe drop a little note to his friend Fabiola. He might be interested in hearing what the little birdie told us. I'm told snitches are not very popular in this region. Because I think you're getting ripped off, to be quite honest. I think we should walk.
Make a talk intimidation, a talk charisma check.
Yeah, would this get help from like bad cop, good cop? Because I offered like 3 to bargain, and he's like,
He agreed to your bargain, so you didn't even need a roll here.
I didn't even. Okay, I didn't
It's
even.
him trying to get more out of the guy by
It's gonna suck
intimidating him.
anyway.
We can't. We all need to talk.
He goes,
We can't talk unless we have the skill.
Well, if you guys go talk to my captain, either I won't have to worry about you guys, or I won't have to worry. So, be my guest. And if you don't listen to my story, yeah, I think I won't have to worry about you. Good.
Captain,
Yes,
I
gentlemen.
am not at all. And look, I've considered myself turned into a very open-minded person now, individual now. But I will not take the attitude that he has any longer. So I'm going to say it both to you and to the captain. If you talk to the captain that way again, in a very important business deal, which should be your life at stake, should be. And captain, if you allow him to talk like that again to you, just out of respect for the people I'm surrounded by, I'll have to do something. And I don't know what it is. I have no idea.
Please, everyone, please calm down. We've already come to an agreement.
But it's As Winnell said, it's a rip-off, but he just look at the way he sat speaking like that.
Aren't you satisfied? You've humiliated me already. You say I'm a bad pilot, you say I can't run away from you. Fair enough. I've accepted my loss.
I addressed Winnell and Dalu. Well, yes, I guess it cuts into our budget. Would it help, perhaps, if I lower him down to, say, 275?
You're the captain. It's your money, I guess.
Dalu?
All I gotta say is,
Would that calm you down a bit?
if you wanna, yeah, well, it's better. But if you wanna do it, you wanna be sure that you're confident in what he's saying and that he actually answers you. If he doesn't answer,
I mean,
we're gonna have to do something else here to get it out.
the one thing we know in this table is that this man's word counts, pointing at Miles. So I would propose information first. If it's useful, you get the money. If not, you don't get anything. Is that a deal?
You want that? Sure, but we're going back to 3,500.
Jesus.
Oh, please, calm down. Don't.
I like
Let's
him
go
very
to
much.
your-
I've offered
Yeah,
I have to
3,000.
get up and
I
walk
tell you everything.
walk a bit.
I understand you like him a lot. That's because he gives you a lot of money.
That's why I like him. That's not untrue. And you know, you
Could I
just need-
persuade you? Could I persuade you perhaps to go down to 2.75k credits, just to ease the spirits here a bit?
a talk check.
Can I get help from them? Like, I know they're not gonna be
Sure.
able to give me help
Sure.
with talk.
They
but-
are kind of helping you already by being extremely annoying.
Okay.
Annoyed.
We are being annoying. Your character is being annoying as fuck.
Thank you very much. That's the whole point.
Ooh. Okay, that's
Very
good.
nice.
He goes.
For you, I give you 1k. No.
All right. 2,075. 100. No, 7.500.
Yes.
Yeah.
2,750. Yes.
Yes.
Out of character. Is this on top of the 1k
Yes.
we gave him?
Yes. This is on top.
Jesus Christ.
It's
Okay, how,
just-
It's
how
down
much am
from
I?
3.
Yes, it is down from 3. I will agree to that.
Just go along with it for the moment. Just
No,
go
this
along.
this guy, the
We-
detective, straight for his life, is
Yes.
teasing us for like.
I mean, you can
4K.
start beating him up right here.
We
Just-
switched
just go along with it
places.
for the moment.
Miles is now the big spender, while Lance is like, "Fuck this
Yeah.
guy. We're not giving him one dime."
So just to clear, okay, you've made your deal. All right, let's just go along with it. But you're not getting the money until you start speaking and answer everything. So start speaking and answer everything.
That's not a deal we made.
So can you talk a bit more about this group, the operations that you do, as Miles said? What does your group do?
He turns towards Miles. Captain, we haven't shaken on it.
Do. How about we shake on that? I agree, but first you tell us, and then we pay you.
You are going
I've
back
given you a
on your
lot.
offer.
No, I will
That
pay.
was the deal.
No.
I
that
will
was the
pay
deal.
the 275.
The information first, money later was for 35. The
Yeah, but then
Oh,
you did a
money
roll and it
first,
went down, right?
information later was for 27.50.
What? I thought it was the other way. I thought it was
Fine. Right. Okay. It doesn't matter. I'll shake on it.
I didn't.
I'll shake on it. They're gonna kill Miles.
Yeah.
Shooting.
Still murder him afterwards.
Fireball.
if you want.
I was certain
He
that it
shakes
was
hands with
Winnell's
Ian.
idea. I thought it was Winnell's idea, and that was what the roll was for, to make that price go down.
I have a
Me-
different
Me too,
question.
actually, but
Yeah,
don't
I was
care at
under the
this
same
point.
assumption, but yeah.
Yeah.
Out of those 2,750 that we are paying on top, how much of that is coming out of your pocket?
Let's.
750?
One. No. I was about to offer 1,500, but sure.
No, let's do 1k in that case. I'll pay
1K.
1,750 on top. That's
Yeah,
two
so 1K
750
out
out
of
of our budget.
Captain,
Saying one out of
you ask how much of a cut you're getting next time you negotiate a trading deal for your party.
So that came out of your money, right, Miles?
1K of it.
1K of it came out of my personal
Okay, right.
pocket, but I am very interested in the information, and if we do profit from this, then it's going to be a thing of a past. Right. So, ask away.
Alright. So, you have questions for me? Or you just want me to start talking and stop me when enough?
We just like your voice so much.
You can. How about
So do
you
I.
tell us a little? How about you tell us a little more about the, what's going on and the usual operations, what kind of targets you're hitting, and also you said initially that you are privateering. It would be interesting if you know, since you're a comms officer and maybe have listened in on one or the other thing, on who your captain might be connected to, too. That kind of deal.
Alright. Listen up. I didn't quite lie when I said we pirates. It kinda got out of hand. We were. Well, it's a very large word for what we're doing, but from the legal standpoint, we were a security team. Funnily enough for Kamara. No ships, just us. 2,000 guys. Some decent equipment, woven stock, armors, that kind of shit. Pretty well armed and armored, I'd say, compared to your general pirate. And this guy came. You're not lying, honestly, I just can't pronounce his name. We call him Melty. Melty something. That's all I can pronounce. A sun elf. At least, I think so. Dark skin, ears, red hair, really cocky green. Like, you hate me? That guy has a punchable face. And he definitely doesn't know when to go. Down on a deal. So, he said to the captain, "Alright, pretty boy. I've got some operation going here. This Davis 4 outpost that you mentioned next to our cloud. He said, Captain, I need fuel, I need supplies, I need you to make trips to Aurela and buy me everything on the list I give you. I'm gonna be paying for the shit. And in return, you do everything I tell you without asking any questions. You do it quick, make sure nobody touches us, and after you're done, you can keep the ships." And he gave us those 3 ships. Fighters, and that was it. Boat was. And that is a shitload of money, guys. Now, instead of being a reasonable guy and, following through on the orders, deciding we're gonna upscale, hire more guys, and, using those money to buy the shit we were asked to buy and go to rail and bring it here, Captain said, well, why don't instead we occupy Kumara and rob traders to get that shit and pocket the money? Enough guys were stupid enough to agree. So, first it was, here's the money. Then, didn't kill anybody, but it's not really what I sign up for, especially when he put me on the trip. So, that's what we've been doing for, 2 months.
If
What were you
I'm
told to? What were you told to buy?
Half of the generic stuff. Food supplies, water, utilities. The rest, mining equipment, salvaging equipment. I don't know. Either they found a vein in there, or they're doing some sort of digging stuff, and not your, he kind of points in the direction of the rock formation. Not that kind of stuff, but small.
And where did you deliver this to?
To Davis. Davis 4.
Different question. You said you didn't kill anyone, but I've personally heard of a story of, a race going through that region, and at least one pilot dying in it. And from what I'm told, it didn't look like no accident.
Does Robbie perk up to that?
It was a race. Yeah, Robbie is... Like, she stopped drilling miles with her eyes after the money was paid and started talking, and she's now just, like, staring at the dwarf. It was a race. I remember picking up the signals. I was on patrol. I mean, if they killed somebody, they killed me. It's not like I catch every ship.
No, but do you know who might have done it? The big ship? Or was it maybe the other pilot you said that is actually a pilot on the Libellula?
Hmm. I remember their path right. Ever. Frankly, I can't say with guarantee. I
What's
promise
your
you
money
that.
on?
Whoever pulled the trigger, Captain gave the order. This stuff, it was never a good guy, but he was sensible. Heading against the bridge of that boat, it went to his head. Not cruel, stick even. Our guys was halfway happy the way most of the day on the ship. Kinda useful.
Yeah.
I
So you
know
said
if
there's-
you're planning to go after him, judging by the questions you're asking. But he's not an idiot. By the time gone, well, maybe he'd assume I deserted. That would be a good case scenario for you. I do expect him to act careful for a few weeks. And yeah, as him, shoot first, negotiate later. Or at least until his guns is out.
You said there were 10 crew members on that ship and another pilot patrolling. Is there
10
any
at
other-
least to run the ship. I guess the rest would be on Kumara, keeping people in check.
How many?
Another 10. In shifts,
So
but
in total, you're about 20 something?
22. Well, 21 now. Number. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah.
So on the big ship, there was only one weapon, right? The sunbeam.
Mm-hmm.
Just to
Does
clarify,
he? Is there any internal hierarchy or whispers about taking out the captain of some sort?
Hmm. Let me put it that way. While he's at the helm, no. But if you bruise him up enough that guys decide you're a better bet, yeah. He'll give the order to fight until death. I don't think it will be followed through. But you gotta corner them.
So, does your captain ever leave his ship?
Well, I think he sleeps on it.
Ever steps foot on Kumara or something?
Mara, yes. He'll hang around there, but kinda, when you've got that thing that makes you big and strong, you tend to stick to it. There's not much place in Kumara. It's, it looks around. Half the size of this. Like, your ship will not be really able to dock, just touch your fuel line to get the hose in. It's really tiny place.
And there's no one else besides the pirates.
Workers,
Prep-
miners, guys
Workers.
who are pumping fuel and turning it into, fuel.
Could we fuel up there without being robbed, you think? We just went there to fuel up.
Ship your size, I'd say 60-40. We've mostly been stuck up well recently. I'd even say it's 65. 5. Been stocked up quite well recently. Wasn't quite on a hunt, plus we wanted to,
That probably will change after he learns that you're no longer in the group.
quite possible. I mean, for all I know, he'll just buzz off. Cross the elf and say, I've got a ship. I'm gonna fuck off while I can. There, problem solved. Well, not for you. Then again,
Pro-
he's a greedy man. If he was smart, well, he is smart. Well, smarter than most. But if he was smarter than greedier, he would have just followed through with it. Would have been legal. Would have gotten our ships. I don't even know why we were doing all this crap for another 200,000. And it's good money, but compared to the ships, I don't know.
Robbie, do you have any questions for him?
Hmm. Um. Yes, Robbie would like. Clear her throat. Go. That race said you've captured their signatures as they were getting into the cloud. Yeah? You could have warned them. Stay clear. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I thought. Like, just kind of like, he like tries to. Robbie like gets off her stool, like holds you by the elbow for a moment. I'll go check on our ship's status, Captain. Get us ready for takeoff.
Right.
Or can I just quiets down?
I think we have a long-term, or our next plan anyway. Don't know if you have wanted to ask him anymore. I'm talking to everyone else now. I'm not since Robbie left.
You know, we paid so much money for this.
White.
So many.
The color of my underoos.
I'll to give you another tidbit of information that may make you choke on your laugh a tiny bit. That pilot they shot down, that was her husband.
Brother, I think.
Jensen.
So, do sometimes wonder what it would feel like.
Okay.
But then again, I'm not about to commit murder on a refueling station, so.
When he says that, can I just in the silence, you say that, can I like just make a little thud of me putting my pistol on the table? Okay, you can hand back over maybe half of that money, and then we'll be done.
No.
You can. Oh no. He can keep. Like I completely agree. He needs to be safe and so on. But we're taking half of the money back.
You're gonna
We're
shoot
taking the
me?
half back.
Then shoot me here. I'm really actually looking forward to seeing his face when you speak about moral superiority and then kill a guy for 1,500 credits.
I'm not related to that. I wouldn't say that guy either.
I also know you're not gonna shoot me.
I'm not related. It wasn't my money, and I have no correlation with that Robbie woman. I'd expect you to have a little respect for your own self here. I don't want to hurt you, but I also don't want that amount of money to go away. So you can see where I'm torn.
He looks at Miles. Captain? Spoke about respect. Is that how he respects you? And your decision?
Oh. Look at him invoking.
Please, everyone. Again, calm down. We've had a deal. We had a very fruitful negotiation and exchange.
Personally, I think we actually managed to stay within the budget we set at the start, if we discount whatever the captain is paying personally.
Right.
Just to clarify, right? that the money is not fully digital. Like we've actually, like, it was described as
It
paper.
was all cash because you can't transfer to him. He has nothing to transfer.
No, we
to him.
can't. Yeah,
Okay.
it's all physical. I don't know how coin is it coin?
Coins.
I don't know what.
Charge back! Charge back!
Thousands of coins.
I put my hand on Lance's shoulder, and then also on Miles's shoulder, like one after the other, and then I'll just like do a tap, and I'll just go over the guy while I'm pointing my gun at him, and I'll just take some of the money off his body.
Hello, please stop.
Look, I'm just like he's like just sitting there. I'm just reaching into his pocket, and I go, "Look, I'm respecting this guy. I want him to live a lovely life, but you're also
One of his hands grabs your arms, the
gonna-
other one grabs like your gun and kind of like puts it and pull it.
Dalu, as your captain, stop
Mhm.
that now.
I take the gun off, like away from his chest if I can.
he lets it go.
And I sheath it so he can't do it again. But
I appreciate your loyalty and you standing up for my name. But stop that right now. And Miles seemed like he's visibly angry.
At least we're getting a bit of fun out of this, you know? That part I can appreciate. Thank you for that, at least.
there's like a tiny bit of contemplation into maybe whether he's actually correct in the decision he's made, even though he's like, doesn't seem to be too bothered by it, but it's
Double
strangely
shot
torn.
first!
Well, anyway, he'll take out 1,000 credits from his pocket and then put it on the table so that just, all right, sure, you can give it back to him if you want, but this is a bit of a. Well, I won't give my opinion. I'll stop myself here. I'll leave it on the table. So, like, he has all the rest of the money, but 1K is now on the table in the sort of booth I imagine we're sitting in.
On top of that? Because you already gave him
No.
all the money.
No, but
Like
he's
1,000 from the money
he wanted
has
to
been
pickpocket
given.
him, I guess.
I was basically I went over to his person and I just took money
You
from
didn't
his like
take them.
pockets.
That's what I'm talking about. You didn't. He grabbed you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right. So
I mean, that's also a little weird that he can grab, but Dalu can't grab, you know? That should be a close roll, but...
Counter grab.
Sure. Like, I mean, if Dal would have pressed it, I would have asked for an opposed roll, but like,
Exert.
I thought it was role playing.
So is he physically like stopping me? Is that what
He did physically stop you.
Yeah.
Like, he grabbed your arm and he
Okay.
grabbed your gun. Like,
Okay,
he
well-
wasn't, fighting you. That's why I didn't ask for anything. Like, if you said, no, I am still trying to force him, I would have asked for an opposed roll. But, I mean, if you want to go and beat him up right now, go for it. Like, he literally told you to shoot me.
Uh-huh.
It's your right to shoot
Well,
me.
I would like to try like at that time, since we're going back like a minute.
No, we're not
at
going
that
back.
time-
Like, if you want to try it again, try it again.
Okay. Well then,
Well-
if we're not going back, then I want to.
Then
guess there's no
I would stand up and put my hand on Dalu's shoulder and say, let's go for a walk. Let the captain decide. Let's go back to our ship while you still have one.
All right. Well then, I guess yeah. So it was like while I was stopped, Wendell was So yeah, I walk out with him. Sure.
Jesus.
You are such a lucky person, I have to say.
No, I just know bastards. Real bastards.
I apologize for that behavior. That was a bit uncalled for. And I apologize. I just sincerely apologize.
I'm just another
I have
bastard.
I have another last question. Where are you going exactly to start your new life? In the system we talked about? Thornum?
Honestly, I don't think I'm telling you. Because he kind of looks
I'm
at
sorry,
those
that's you
walking
going
away.
back on your deal. And that I
I
will not
promised you to
accept.
tell everything about
Yes,
this
no,
whole
that's
thing.
full stop. Everything. Any question, even about your color of your underwear, everything was all right. You just joked about it earlier.
Fine,
Everything.
I don't
You're
know.
going back on
I
your
don't
deal.
know. You know how often ships go through here? I don't know.
Well, the point I was making was not to trap you or something. I just wanted to. I was just genuinely interested in your future plans.
Kind of weird
I mean,
anyway.
it's not every day I get to save someone from a pirate group. Give him a new chance.
Well, I think I had enough of Sun Elves. So, north? If I can.
North is Sun Elves, if I'm not mistaken.
Further north.
Oh, you mean further north?
Funny enough, when I was younger, I wanted to be a broadcaster. Remember said I had a nice husky voice.
I don't think the doctor was joking about that before.
Yeah, no offense, but if we're done, I'd like to get total cover between me and gunman over there.
Lance, are you done? Do you have any questions?
Yes, I do actually. Still going back on the topic, I'm sorry, because we were warned and we also saw the signature of at least one other patrol, but we were also warned that you might have fitted smaller shuttles with weaponry too. Is it just one more fighter and whatever class that is smaller than ours but fits more people? Or are there more shuttles and
The shuttles were used for transport.
no weapons?
I think they put a couple of those bolt throwers on them.
Those won't
It
even
won't scratch
penetrate.
your ship, but, well,
Yeah, it won't.
a little
Not
bit.
really.
But
Maybe a little bit, but it's hard. No, that's fine. So the other patrol we saw probably that's the other libellula.
Pilot.
yes, same as mine. I mean, I bet the bigger one is also some Sun Elven ship. I just never seen one. I'm not a pilot.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, makes sense. I think I might even know what you're talking about based on what you've told me. But another question. Now that you are gone, and you said you were the comms expert, any other comms expert on that ship left over? Or are they flying quite a bit blinder without you?
Well, good enough to tell you to surrender, but
Not good enough for decent tracking.
yep, and don't expect them to do what I did to your comms. Not that it helped me much.
Yeah, makes sense.
most of the group. What race are there?
Humans, always humans. Lots of you around.
But only one
Captain's
Sun Elf.
is weird. I don't know what he is. Kinda. There is something elvish about him. I don't know, maybe his mummy was a dark elf. I don't know. Weird. I don't think so. Smell an elf. His. I don't know.
You can smell an elf? Do I smell like an elf?
He kind of leans forward. Nope.
Not even this, and I'll hold up the clearly different sun golden arm.
He goes, nope. I mean, you smell like you, but sweaty.
Nice, that's perfect. That's good to know.
Well,
Thank you.
he smelled of hay and sunflowers.
That keen sense of smell you have there.
Not just for elves. No, it's in the blood. We hunt them, they hunt us. Times.
Right then.
Okay.
I think we all be on our merry way.
Sounds that right, Captain? We heading over to the bar. We need a pilot for our trip back. We need to see if anyone else is out here in this motel.
Alright.
Can I
Yeah, go for it.
can I make a connect roll to connect with the
Yeah.
barkeeper and ask him
Yeah,
about
go for it.
potential hires? Okay.
Go look at button.
Did I roll better than? Okay, that's okay. Not average, but okay.
8. Alright. Let's see.
Lance, I mean, we're far away from him, right? I'm whispering this.
From the dwarf, yeah, I think
Yeah,
we
from the
left
dwarf.
him at his
We left
table.
him. Okay,
Yeah,
I
or
whisper
you
to
can leave
you.
his room or whatever.
Do you think it's worth taking him out for, what was it? 3.75 credits?
Nah. I don't.
Yeah? You said yeah or no?
No.
Okay,
no, no. I don't think so. I think he's an asshole, but then again, you could argue we are too. And he definitely has a way to get under your skin. I can completely relate to Dalu's reaction.
Yes, I've noticed you all getting very angry.
Yes, I don't know.
Do you think I acted well?
I don't think you should ever, again, apologize for the way that he acted. I don't feel like that's, especially not around, this was around the Minister of Foreign Affairs or whatever contact you have. Sure, apologize for what your crew member said or did. But towards this person, I wouldn't have. But
So
I'm not the
depends
best
on the
judge.
person.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if it's just polite being... Honestly, I personally prefer you never apologize for what we do. You never have
all
to
might do.
apologize.
I
Exactly.
take responsibility.
No, but... I mean, one hand, yes. On the other hand, it feels a little, patronizing.
I see what you mean.
Sorry for my son. He doesn't... They're grown adults. They know what they're doing. They can take responsibility themselves, even if you are the captain. I personally wouldn't like it if you'd apologize like that. For me, you can ask him how he feels about it.
I think you're
he
correct.
He didn't hear it, but I do feel, other than that, I think you handled it appropriately. In my view, I don't know a lot
Everything
about.
from the start as we apprehended him up until now.
Yeah, I think maybe maybe start lower with the money amounts. But other than that,
I've been told that many times that I'm not good with credits.
Yeah, I think I would sign on that one. Yeah. So yeah, maybe next time you think, okay, what would I pay for this or be willing to part with? You just not half it, but go down a K or two, something like that.
I'll keep that in mind.
It's just my opinion. I don't really know much about these things either. Just sort of. At least you know how to talk about it. I just know where to start, and then the people go up anyway, and I don't know what to say. So Same shit, different way. Anyway,
Now-
let me see you.
Now I need to think about how I'm going to apologize to Dalu about apologizing for his behavior. That's a doozy.
Just be sincere.
So let's go look for a pilot.
Yes.
So, like asking around, you find a guy, like a courier ship. For 200 credits, he's willing to like come back in 4 days and fly your ship wherever you want. Well, not wherever you want, but anywhere he's not gonna get shot at. For 500 credits, he's willing to drop his ship right now and get your ship first, and then figure his shit out.
But again, for 500, and what was the
The other one is 400, I think.
No, the other one is 200.
200. So
This amount.
But you'll basically have to wait 4 days. Well, 5 days actually, for him to go.
how much is 5 days of living?
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's cheaper if we just buy him.
Yeah, and him now.
because
yeah.
our cost.
Well,
per
for
day
you,
is
yes. Like for
100.
him, no. But yeah.
Yeah, but for us, it's cheaper. If
yeah.
we just
Yeah,
For
well,
you,
pay
it's
extra
I guess
cheaper.
we'll
and
buy
don't
him
wait.
now. Yeah, we'll buy him now.
What's it cost per day?
We
Yeah, sure.
currently pay 120 credits a day, but that does not include the amount we technically need to save for maintenance
Repairs,
somewhere.
yeah.
Because that one is, I have calculated it somewhere here.
Couple hundred.
That one is approximately another 180 credits a day, I think. So in total, it's about 300 credits a day.
The long story
Yeah.
short, those money you earn, don't spend them on improving your ship because it's just gonna make your ship more expensive.
That'll make maintenance more expensive.
Yes.
I'm gonna waste them on every prisoner we take in and pay them out.
That's okay.
I mean, you are a hench keeper.
Yeah.
Just
Um,
make sure you don't become.
Yeah.
I'll go
LB.
back,
I will detract 500 for paying this
Mm,
pilot.
yeah.
Yeah. and I guess we're flying to Orello, right?
Yes.
I mean, honestly, like, the guy can just like get this ship to a dock in Arella and like set it there, like get a message from you to the dock if you have a place you can leave the ship, but
No, I'd rather go back.
Yeah,
to Morello.
we'd rather sell it right out or something and get rid of this liability.
that's
Yeah,
fair
but
enough.
before they like, oh yeah, this fighter, then let's possess it. You know, it's illegal for anyone non-state to have this. Let's repossess it immediately.
Alright,
It's
fair
better
enough.
to have our contact first.
So in that case,
Paying-
let's say you spend
Our prisoner.
another 2.5 days to go back
Oh.
to Orella.
Yeah, but I would go and apologize.
Oh, go for it.
Well, I would go and talk to Dalu.
Sure. Or were we all together, or was it just us
this would
two?
probably be right after we purchased the pilot
Yeah.
and going back to the ship.
Winnell and I were probably walking and talking. I don't know about, maybe Winnell was just trying to talk, and then
Oh, did
you know
did
what? You know, he's
Winnell and
probably talking about how Winnell, when he changes form, does he feel like different appendages? Like if he's a tiger, can he feel a tail? If he's like an anteater, can he
Perfect.
feel this like really big mouth?
Nah, with a bit of practice, it looks good, but you don't really feel it. I mean, you can walk. Feels naturally to walk on. Yeah, you can actually practice in your normal form. Actually, that's what I do. I walk on all fours.
What if you're
Nobody's
like a
watching.
flamingo? Imagine you turn into a flamingo and you have these weird high ankles or backwards knees, and then you turn back to normal. Do you just feel like you're broken? You know, what's that about?
I'll try that. I'll get back to you on that.
Oh, hi, Miles.
Hi. Yes.
Oh, hi, Miles!
Yeah.
I did not shoot him! I did not shoot him!
Flamingos. Interesting. I just wanted to say that perhaps I shouldn't have apologized in your name. And I apologize for that. But
You apologize for apologizing? Oh,
yes, I apologize for apologizing.
Are you
no,
Canadian or
talking to
something?
me. Sorry.
Well, I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate it. See, I was just doing what was right because, like, look, I'm a new man now, right? And I feel like I need to act that way. But sometimes my biases come out, and that time it did. That guy would have been not killed, but at least heavily maimed.
Would you
That
shoot
guy,
him?
you just got shunted for your own money from a pirate that you were trying to get info from, and that doesn't make any sense to me. That's why I was just doing what I thought was right. You just got scammed in my head. You just got full on scammed.
Would you shoot him there?
Well, probably not. No, I wouldn't. Definitely not now. But I wouldn't have done that though. That's just me. But again, I don't know what to think now recently. So maybe you're completely correct. Maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe
I
you know.
sympathize with. Well, I think we all feel the same, that he's been crawling under our skin this whole time. And I guess I was the only one that managed to put up this facade that I'm considering him to be an actual partner in trade, let's say. But that moment there was a bit too much. And, well, I guess I was just lost of words. And, well, Wendell, I do appreciate you stopping Dalu in that matter.
Well, it was smart of you to think in the long term. You're thinking about a potential partner, and
Also,
it's a good idea.
I did want that all the information he could give us, not only for the mission, but also for Robbie.
Mm-hmm. Of course, yeah, of course.
Sure. And I think it's probably worth it, worth the money. We can always get more money, but next time maybe we can negotiate less and dictate more. I feel like he was playing us, and that didn't sit right with me.
I should probably have a tougher stance next time.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta ask, because based on that scenario, you know, I don't want to give advice really. I'm curious. Is you've got this long-term goal? Like he's lowering his voice a bit. You know, you got this goal of being. You know, so like, it seems like such a strange goal for the attitude that you have right now. You seem to be outwardly quite selfless, or looking for the best, you know, ultimatum between the two. Like you're trying to help the guy even though he's done all this, and then you're trying to look for a long-term partnership and all. You know, somewhat smart, but it seems very imposing. This, you know, tyrant-like goal that you have come to my mind.
Tyrant?
Maybe that's the wrong word.
Miles seems visibly confused. And
I guess that was the wrong choice of words. I slipped up, so my bad.
well,
I think you get what I mean.
Not quite, actually. What's your perception about vampires?
Well, I just go off the stereotypes, so I try not to say much. I know they're bad opinions, but it just seems like such a very, you know, powerful goal for yourself, and you're looking at things about other people, and I see it as so contrary, you know. Maybe, you know, that's what it seems.
I mean, I have the same confusion. We talked about this before, and I guess he's the first nice vampire out there.
I'm not a vampire yet, but this is a bit of alarming. I think we should do more missions at the Red Dawn, just so you could rub yourself with my upbringing.
I suppose so. I mean, I am open-minded. I'm new to, well, a lot, but the plane of air, you know, I don't know much here. I haven't experienced much.
And long term, I think it's better to have more friends and connections and trade routes than just plowing your way with power and and strength. That seems a much more stable goal for someone who's going to remain for a very, very, very long time.
Can appreciate that. And I like that we didn't kill this obnoxious person. I was tempted, I'm not gonna lie, but even I was, but I really like that bloodshed was never really an option for us. It's really nice. Most other people, I think, would have just shown him the airlock as an option. And we talked too much to this person, obviously, but we talked to him, so I like that.
Good. Well, I'll be off. Catch you later on the ship.
And just to say, in the end, your result was good. You got the info you wanted. I'm not, I hope you don't feel bad about what you did. I think we have a next plan. Just to say, it went well. Sort of.
Miles kind of smirks towards you. Yes, my plan on controlling the whole world is slowly growing. Good, keep believing that. And then he'll leave and just leave them.
$3,500.
Alright.
Yeah, let's. I think we're with our hired pilot. We are going back to Orello.
Again, like as you're flying back, Lance, like now you're wincing at this guy for another reason, because he obviously has been basically like piloting basically like a truck, and so now he's at the seat of a sports car. And like the first couple hours of the flight is just him trying to adjust to the throttle, because like this fighter is going like 6 times the speed of his truck. And he basically first he goes like vroom, a couple 100 meters ahead, and then he's like, "Oh, sorry. This thing is sensitive."
Don't worry, we have a target lock on you anyway. So
What?
Amateurs. Let me tell you, these fucking amateurs.
Right.
This is what makes my blood boil. Look at this. Look at him.
save
I
it
bet
for
he doesn't even know
for
how
the
to-
He call
captain.
himself a pilot. What?
He isn't.
Ah,
He isn't. What do you mean he isn't? We hired a pilot. It's his profession. He's a fucking truck driver. What are you talking? He's not a pilot.
He's like a bicycle courier driving a bus or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
basically. So as you kind of like,
Oh, by the way, when we
Yeah.
get on the ship, how's Robbie looking?
Yeah.
After that conference.
yeah, that's what I was want to talk about, because like after you get back on the ship and actually like the next morning, because you don't get much hours of flight away from here, because you already arrived here pretty late, so you like get a couple hours of distance and then you kind of have to go sleep. And yeah, in the morning of the next day after the breakfast, Robbie kind of like up. Captain, could we talk after you're done? Thank you.
And he'll eat visibly faster. He's like trying to finish it up as fast as he can.
She kind of like goes, I'll be in the engineering checking that we're ready for the day.
And when he's finished breakfast, he'll just go and to the engineering.
So like as you walk in, she's kind of like at the console, just like checking the status of your drive, and without turning around, she goes, so what is the plan now?
Currently, we're flying to Orello to profit whatever we can from the ship that we caught. And from there, we'll have to think. But I'm more inclined of trying to see this mission through. What are your thoughts?
I boarded your ship for a reason, Captain. I would be glad to still have that reason after we arrive to Aurelia. But I am incapable of violence, and I have no way of forcing you to go through with your word.
Well, we'll have to think if you want to take on that ship. I think we could. I'll just have to ask Lance a bit more technical stuff, and maybe Dalu for guns. But just another question: what will you do if we go and finish this mission? What will you do next? Will you stay with us?
I don't know. Haven't thought it far. Ask me after.
Fair enough. And yesterday, you seemed pretty visibly angry. Would you blame him for your loss?
It would not be a very long life if I were to swear revenge on every asshole. I think one is I think one is enough for me. I guess I'll just have to see how satisfying it will be.
Fair enough. Anything else you would like to ask me?
No.
Right then. Well, do feel free to call me up again if you have anything else to say.
Of course, Captain.
And he'll leave.
Anything else you want to do in those 2 days of transit? Talk.
Out of character, I'm timing all these talks really well with the music.
You?
Good indeed.
Hey, I decide when I walk out. I'm the captain.
I decide when the music skips. Alright. Well, I hear no. Yeah.
Just have a question for Lance at some point when
Go
he's
ahead. Whenever. Mostly in the pilot seat.
Can you put this on? You're not doing anything anyway. Come with me.
I'm not doing. That is not true.
What do you mean you're working from your seat?
The autopilot
I mean, you don't have to
is
go
doing
left
most
or
of
right
it,
or up. You're
but
doing fine.
No,
5
no, no.
minutes.
Usually I'd completely agree with you, but this fucking idiot we hired, you can't ever be sure if he'll stop out of nowhere and actually... It's
Okay.
very annoying, but yes, I can leave it for 5 minutes, it should be fine. It's just, it bothers me so much.
I can tell. Yeah, walk with me.
I think you could relate if you saw someone like, you know, claiming they're a doctor and then making the most basic of mistakes. Do you know how much he's hurting that ship with these maneuvers he's making? It fucking triggers the living shit out of me. If it wasn't already shot to pieces by us, he's certainly gonna do the rest.
Yeah, about that. People who aren't really competent in what they do. There's a thing I wanted to talk to you about. With your arms, because I have an idea, but you're not gonna like it. I think I already told you what the idea was.
You wanna regrow my old ones?
Yeah, but
right?
have you thought it through? What I mean, I give you, I think, the good news, but not the bad news. Because to regrow, we need to remove it first.
I mean, you've got meds for that, right? I wouldn't feel that.
No, no, you wouldn't feel that. But the thing is,
Says he nonchalantly.
okay, look, okay. I mean, I'm actually not the best doctor, but I practice a lot on the bunnies, and we still have 2 bunnies. I mean, and Mr. Ear is lasted for a really, really long time, and
Hans isn't laughing. It's just me.
so I think I can do it soon, but there is a risk. There is a really big risk because your DNA might have changed. So something will regrow. It might not be what you need. It might be the same. It might be different.
Fine, not what you need. Well, I still have an operational hand,
Yes,
so I don't
just
need to fly one-handed.
no. You will have a hand. I'm not sure which one. So, and it'll be probably better than having a hand that's doing something you don't want it to do, especially when flying.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Maybe we
haven't
should,
not-
yeah, maybe we should start with, it was 1 foot, right? Was it?
I think it's like beneath the knee on one leg, yeah.
Yeah, we should maybe start with that because, like, I mean, if
Yeah.
you suddenly break really hard or something, that's not, I guess that's safe.
Yeah, that's not. My legs aren't as important
Okay,
as my hands.
I suggest we start with that and see how it works.
But if you say, when are we starting? Not immediately, right?
Give me some time.
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
do a few more practice runs, and
That sounds good, yeah, because... yeah,
if the bunnies stay this way, we proceed in, I don't know, a week or 2.
Okay.
Maybe after the pirate thing or something.
Unreal. Hey, butcher, do you have a pig?
Max face. After the bunnies, we need a bigger animal to test on. You have many monkeys around. Oh god. Yeah, no, I think that sounds good. I think it's very nice of you that you've invested so much time into experimenting on these bunnies just to fix it when it really feels like at the moment it still feels so minor to me, you know? It feels like, okay, yeah, occasionally there's this tingling and it does things that it shouldn't when I'm completely calm. But since it hasn't ever impeded me in any active capacity, I'm very thankful for you trying this out. And
Sure.
if you've managed to attach these two, I'm fairly certain you will also manage to regrow an entire limb, I guess. I've got full trust in you, Doc. And I'm willing to try it whenever you think you've progressed enough.
All right. Good to hear. Finally, someone appreciating the work I'm doing.
Every day. I don't think I could be flying anywhere close to as well as I am without it.
I mean, the reason I think it's important because it's one of those things that doesn't go away by itself. People mostly think, it'll go away,
Yeah.
and no.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They
It
don't.
probably just gets stronger and stronger. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, your face has already changed, so
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you did,
But
yeah.
yeah, they're not
You
the
don't
worst.
even seem to care, but I mean, anything could happen. You could get your old face back. You could get a mix of the two. I don't know, but you don't seem to care. So that's gonna be
I
great.
mean, to me personally, it isn't about my, the outer part isn't as important.
Exactly.
As long as I can fly, as well as I can now, or better, I'm perfectly happy. That's what I care about.
I really like the way you think. body's a tool and should do what we need it to do. It's a tool, nothing more, nothing less. We can fix it.
I've never thought of it like that, but yeah, I guess.
Great.
Okay, I will go back to becoming angry at this ass choker muncher we hired. And I'll walk back towards the bridge.
Okay.
And steer. Or whatever.
Steer and stare.
Steer and get angrier.
This is the equivalent, I guess, of road rage in the plane of
Yes.
air.
Do we know what the pilot's name is?
Sure,
But Muncher.
you know his name.
Okay.
It is whatever name you just come up with. Yeah, suffer!
No, I'm thinking of a name that I find entirely unsympathetic. Yeah.
His name is Otto.
Captain.
Otto Bang.
Crunch.
We can skip forward.
I think Gallo
Or is
wanted
there
to
anything
say
else?
something.
No, I just picked some random cereal thing I've heard of. Captain Crunch, that's his name.
I mean, that's definitely what's gonna happen if he tries to park that ship. I think I just gave Lance an existential crisis. Alright.
Lance teleports into the ship and
I
then
cannot.
Alright, so you continue traveling to Orella for another like 2.5 days, basically, considering all the transfer time, and go through your usual approach and docking procedure, but I'd like Lance to roll me d20.
What, a D20?
Roll me d20, yes.
Oh no. Can I try and coach this asshat upon landing?
Yes.
Please, I want to coach this asshat.
This is to see if you pop a vein, like a temple.
Alright. Let's say you may need to like regrow some hair after you're done coaching him, but well, those ships are tough. The worst he did is crash some paint. Nevertheless, you're docked. You are there, you're safe, and the ownership of the ship is finally transferred back into your reliable hands. As the guy kind of like gets out of the ship. Angla didn't go that bad. Hey, boss? Just trying that kind of thing. Real beast.
I'll be right back, Captain.
You hear from the toilet. Ah!
yes, splendid job. You did very well.
Nice. Well, ever want something moved somewhere again? You know where to find me.
Yes, we do, and we'll keep you in mind.
Wonderful. Well, I'll go catch a
Pleasure doing business with you.
ship back to my...
Miles is dead inside.
Yeah, we'll keep him in mind for the wrong reason.
Alright,
I will not strangle anyone. I will not strangle anyone.
right. So, anything you want to do now?
We are going to either sell this ship or disassemble. What did we decide?
Personally, you won't be able to. I think the government might find it highly contentious if you sold this on the free market, let's say. I think the government will have a very strong interest in purchasing it, and maybe, I'm not sure, declare anything else not so legal. So, personal suggestion, you go visit your friend. Maybe that's the easiest way about this.
Is the
What about
Ministry
hiring
of
another one?
Sorry, go
What
ahead.
were you saying?
My contact is the Ministry of, what was it, not Foreign Affairs, but
External. But yeah, basically foreign.
Foreign Affairs, the equivalent of that.
This should fall into his territory somewhat. Pirates
What if
out
we,
there, maybe a little.
What if we
Not
hired
really.
someone for, remember that idea of sneaking in, hiring a pilot to use that one-man ship? Because obviously you can't. Lance can't because we have this ship to be piloted.
You
Looking
mean if we sneak someone in this fighter here into the pirate base? Is that what you're saying?
Basically.
What do you
Or
hope
even
to
the
accomplish?
captains.
What do you
Okay,
hope
like,
to accomplish?
I guess, okay. So basically, just as an example, it could be to make a distraction or get some kind of information, or if it was you, which was my original idea, but I didn't want to say it outright. Since you can, I don't know how it works, you can do that teleportation magic. You can imagine you tried to pull some ploy and didn't work, and you could just get out of there.
A nice idea in theory, it's not exactly how it works for me. How do I explain this? Basically, let's make it very simple. If I'm on an isle, I cannot teleport to any ship that isn't docked.
Okay.
You know what
I
we're gonna
cannot
do?
teleport between ships.
On it.
I cannot
Can
teleport
you-
from a
Okay.
ship in air onto an island because technically they're separate gravitational wells of magic, and that doesn't work well. Sorry, you were
you-
saying, Winnel?
Can you teleport someone, even if they don't want to be
No.
teleported?
Only willing.
Well,
Until level 9. Then also unwilling. That's far away.
because then you could just go to the captain. Hello, let's go.
Yeah, not quite.
I'm right here, Winnel.
Yeah, except at level 9, the captain goes, yes, let's.
No, not you, but it's the other captain, the bad guy.
Oh, okay.
Like,
It's
just pick him
Dragon
up,
Ball Z,
get him
Just
out.
the captain does it too. Start zipping around the place.
So we'll probably sell the ship to the government and be headed on our way.
Or could we sell it to the... What's his name? The Sun Elf. He would be really interested in getting some revenge, I guess.
Which Sun Elf are you talking
The Melty Face. What's his name? Melty something?
about? The
We don't have a name.
You think he'd
Melty.
be interested in revenge? I
But I
think
mean,
he'd kill us for
your-
being in on his scheme. Or
Maybe your
try to.
contacts know him or something. I mean, they put a bounty on it, so maybe...
I'd rather
Anyone?
sell it to.
I'm not sure what you're saying. I'm not
I
sure
mean,
what
if
your
I-
suggestion is.
If
Wait,
I was-
Melty is the captain, or
No,
Melty?
Melty is the guy that gave the pirates the ships with a mission, and they abandoned the mission, and they
They
stole his money
didn't
and
abandon
his
it.
ships.
They were on the
They did it
mission, but instead of doing the mission legally, they started skimming.
Taking his money and then pirating for what he wanted, basically.
Oh, so they gave him the stuff he
Yes.
wanted.
As far as
Yeah,
Melty is
he-
concerned, he's all golden. Well, maybe he knows something,
Okay.
but
Okay,
according
They're
to the dwarf.
double dipping, basically.
okay. All right.
I think I'd rather sell it to the government.
Yeah, I don't think we're selling it to him.
Hey
But
dude,
what
we
I-
stole your ship, want it back?
What I do think might be an idea in this is, especially since you're talking to the Minister of Foreign Affairs or whatever, you could also feed him this additional information, technically. I'm not sure you want to or we want to, but you could.
Melty?
Yes.
Well, that was just a nickname. Did we get the name, Dan?
I
The
mean,
dwarf
it's not
could not
about the
pronounce
name.
it.
It's about a sun elf setting up in this system who obviously has access to a ton of funds if he can give these now pirates 5 ships in total just so they do the delivery runs for him. That's what he's giving them, 5 ships so they do delivery runs for him. He pays them and they are his legal face for shopping. If that doesn't scream certain parts of the Soul Union, then I don't know what does.
I think the Soul Union is trying to get a foothold in this system.
As much as the Red Dawn is, yes, same way. I think different angles of approach, but probably while the Red Dawn is buying the pockets of government, they are getting something else out of here. I'm not sure what. And I'm not sure if that's exactly why I said I'm not sure if you should say anything, because I don't know about the balance of power, so to say, in this region and how badly that would upset it.
I mean,
If
we've
they-
already tipped the scales in one direction.
True.
And I don't see what's to be gained right now by giving away free information. They're not
mean-
gonna like reward us, I guess. So
They might reward us, I think. And on the other hand, they might also send ships of their own if they have more concrete information now. They might go looking for things.
I mean,
Which
Uh,
could cut into our profits.
Yes,
Or
that
it
was a
could make our mission much easier. I'm not
Right.
sure which of the
Perhaps
two.
we will profit in. Like, first we do the mission, get what we can. Maybe we'll get more information later on. I do not know. And then we'll see about it. It's not of. It's not of
Immediate
pressuring
import.
matters.
Oh,
Yes.
Sure. Just wanted to put it out there as an option. I personally, it's getting a little too sticky, politicky for me, but
Everything is too sticky politicky. Guys,
Sticky politicky.
it's an excellent expression.
Can we call our group that?
I mean,
sticky tape.
put it the other way. If he has so many funds, and as far as he knows, he doesn't have any blood on his hands. Maybe he has something to offer as well. Maybe just see if we can find him after the job, or let's do the job first.
Yeah, I agree with that part. I honestly think.
Do you think that we stand a chance against them, by the way? I
Yes.
didn't ask that.
Yes, as long as we are not fighting the fighter and the ship of our size at the same time, I do think we should stand a chance.
But they have a sunbeam. That thing is.
That is
strong.
true, but we have Dalu and our Lunark. If they have a single weapon and we can take it out, it's...
Lunark, Luminark. Lunark is much smaller
That's what I said, right?
than Lunark.
Our Lunark?
It's Luminark.
It's
Yeah.
Luminark.
It's different
that's what
weapons.
I said.
It's basically upscale.
I think I gave our ship the wrong name. No, I wrote it right. Correct. Never mind. I think we can take them in a one-on-one.
Well, that actually makes a good intro to what's our plan. Do we try and take out the other
well,
patrol?
Before we
It's
go
a
there,
lot.
what are you doing right now with the fighter?
I think.
What are we doing right now with?
Are you doing anything right now with the
Fighter.
fighter? Are you selling it? Are you keeping it?
We're probably gonna go and sell it to the government.
Right,
That's
let's
what
do
we're
that
gonna
first. Let's see how much money you get. And then you'll have a week to plan what you're gonna do with those money, make
Okay.
improvements to your ship, get
Maybe.
defenses, get a new gun.
That sounds right.
New henchman.
perhaps.
I mean, you can replace the Central with another gun, for example.
Replace Watanabe with the pilot.
That would be a very short service from here.
He's so excited.
Anyway, so you're going to try to sell this ship basically to Elijah, or at least see if Elijah has somebody in
The
mind. for you.
government, yes, in the eyes of Miles, the government has put a bounty to destroy the ship for 10K. If we bought it into here almost
I'm not
intact,
arguing about that. I'm
Okay.
just wondering who you're talking to, because that sets your angle of approach and difficulty. So, for the purpose of speed, I don't think there's need to actually roleplay this. You go to Elijah, do you go alone? Do you bring somebody with you?
I'll ask if anyone wants to join me, but not everyone.
I'll drive you there and wait in the car, as per usual.
Okay.
So in that case, this basically means that you, not Tal, Miles is the only one driving this negotiation. So just make me a trade check with charisma.
Oh, trade.
He's willing to buy it. That's not the question. You were correct. He does want to buy it. The question is how much he's gonna offer you for it.
How much are we gonna get fucked up?
I mean, to be
Will
fair,
you
any
trade?
money you get
Could-
is more money than you would have gotten if you didn't get a ship. And
Yeah.
your costs are like what, 5K?
Wait. Question.
This is trade,
Would
not
it-
stock.
Yeah, I know it's not talk, but it says reroll ones on any skill check dice related to negotiations or diplomacy. This is a negotiation.
Fair enough. Yes, it's negotiation. Reroll it.
Oh, nice one. Nice
Four,
argue.
5, so 4 plus 3, 7. Alright, that's good enough. In that case, it barely meets the lowest DC, so
I don't have trade. Should I take it?
I honestly wonder as well.
I mean, it fits Miles not to know anything about trade.
I have to check if I
Yeah.
still have skill points.
let's just say he offers you around 100,000 for it.
How much?
100,000.
1,000.
100,000.
100,000.
That's a lot better.
Sure. Great.
It's a lot of money.
Awesome.
Oh,
I might head now because I have to walk the dog.
Yeah, and well, actually, I just wanted to see how much money you get, and this is where we're gonna end the
Rather
session for tonight. And you have a week to decide what you do with this money and figure out a kind of approach to defeat your enemy, what you're gonna do about Melty Face, and etc., etc., etc.